Cue the music.
Okay, all you freshman fucks, listen up.
We have sort of a problem here.
No, man, nothing is fucked here.
You cool, man?
I'm the dude, man.
Why should I change? He's the one who sucks.
What do you think of a person who only does the bare minimum?
The older you do get, the more rules are gonna try to get you to follow.
Ah, fuck it, dude. Let's go bold.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Doctor say I gotta get a macchiatomy.
Macchiatomy. Oh, blue eyes loves it. Yeah. Green eyes. Oh, green eyes love it.
Oh shit. So yeah, the fucking AT&T outage, man. You think it's the start of the apocalypse? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I've heard. Well, I get on the conspiracy stuff, so
yeah.
But pretty much what people are saying is that these are test runs, and that we're gonna see a couple of them coming up. So right now it was how many did they say 70,000?
Like 70,000 people went through the outage.
Yeah, and then
shit.
in a couple months we're gonna get another 70 something or higher. And
same company, or is it?
No, it's gonna be bouncing around, and then they're gonna eventually. Now this is getting into the deep end. Nuke up in the air, shoot a. What was it?
Patriot.
The
EMT.
Yeah. Shut down the whole thing, the grid and everything. Because right now it's already been verified that China hacked the AT&T thing.
Oh, yeah.
The electromagnetic pulses that's supposed to shut down the grid and take us back to 1600.
What, you think they can reach it up into the freaking atmosphere to shut down satellites? Is that what they're projecting?
Well,
or thinking?
I don't know satellites, but they're falling from the sky right now. The satellites are coming down, and supposedly they don't even know why. There's been like 3 different satellites that are falling.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any of that coincides, but it's definitely like I don't like doing the whole conspiracy thing. You know what I mean? Like
right,
I follow some of it, but
you
like,
can go off the deep end with that shit.
Absolutely. Rabbit holes just nonstop. But when you have so many things that are lining up, you're like, maybe this could be
something's happening
to
here.
it. Yeah.
And now the thing is that the government's trying to give us some pushback or give us some distraction because people are starting to wake up about what the fuck is going on and how much we're actually getting taxed, because everything that we have nowadays, we don't have our own money. You know what I mean? We don't work to make ourselves rich. We're making them rich by working, And that's why I always hear these freaking conspiracy guys. Like, like you said, you can go down the rabbit hole. And I always sit there and hear these guys. But there's one guy that made a really good point, is that if the American people really want to hurt the government, don't go to fucking work.
Yeah.
If everyone just stopped going to work, what are they going to do?
And that would be ideal, but you have a hard enough time getting like a regular union going because people are scared to step on toes of the boss, and you know what I mean?
True.
To do that nationwide, like.
Well, the unions, they don't give a shit.
No.
They'll step on anybody's toes to get the fucking work they want.
Exactly.
I mean?
But like to get everybody on the same page would be crazy.
No, because the union, I mean, I hate to say it, they're all a lot of right wingers. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, they're all, mixes of colors and blacks, whites, Hispanics. They're all right wing most of the time. They're all gun carrying freaking people. Believe in personal values, personal freedoms.
I was with the trucker union for a while, and the guy that we had, oh my God, our union rep, he was a bulldog. This guy would literally fist fight people.
Yeah.
He would come in and just start swearing, no, you sit the fuck down, you do it. Like, you're like, oh, shit. Okay, but like those are the leader, like the type of people that need to get things initiated. The whole William Wallace Braveheart type thing, you know, like that is what we're lacking.
Right, and that's the thing. And I think that's why people fall in love with Trump. Because he's that old fuck that just says whatever the fuck is on his mind. And people fall in love with that. But at the same token, me and him preach about it on the show all the time, is that he's fucking 80 years old. His view of this country is not the view of what's being,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So they don't change with the times. They want to put it back to where it was.
Yep.
Instead of, okay, do a whole, conglomerate of what happened in the history and when this country did thrive and when it fucking went to shit. And it was pre-World War II when things were actually on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you do all the statistics and do all in the 1920s and 30s, number one, there was a record number of black-owned businesses in the 20s and 30s. There was, granted, there was segregation, so granted you guys had your districts and whatnot, but it was bleeding out. You had plenty of personal businesses being owned by black people and selling to white people.
Oh, yeah.
So there was less discrimination back then.
The goods and services was coming from both ways.
Right. But then all of a sudden the World War II hit. And then they treated the Mexicans like shit, and then they just like turned, let's flip flop. Oh, we need somebody to do this shit for us. So why don't you guys come in and build our ships, and then we'll treat you like shit and kick you back out after you're done. It's like, what the fuck? And that seems to be the mentality of everyone today.
It's the ongoing theme.
Yeah, and then people say we're sick of this shit and blah blah blah. Well, then do something.
That's the full circle with the William Wallace thing. That's the lack of actual grabbing your nuts and trying to do something. I'm good.
And fucking, but we even said it. You're not going to get the masses of today to agree on one thing.
No, absolutely not. And just like with, I don't want to be the guy that says like the millennials and blah blah blah, because there's people all over the age spectrum that have
the parents.
That just have bad views, that they're not initiating anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just rehashed all the same old hatred and same old bullshit, and that doesn't change.
They keep doing the victim mentality, and it keeps going and going, and and it I hate being the dude that says like, oh, we're weak and we're not tough, but we're not.
No,
we're weak. We as a culture are just like,
we have no fucking culture.
Well, the thing is that
I hate to say it like that, but we have no culture.
Well, we used to have a culture where men were men. We work hard. we put the bread on the table. The women can stay home, raise the kids.
It took a village.
Right, and it took a village. Yeah. That's basically what it was. Now it's like you can't even go to somebody's house without them fucking like, who the fuck is that?
Oh yeah. Well, we got comfy.
True.
You know what
We're
I mean?
Complacent.
Like, oh, absolutely. And complacency kills everything.
Oh, of course.
Like, the minute you stop working out, you get fat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. You sit on the couch and you get fat.
Yeah.
And like with that whole mentality of just being comfy, not having anything that's really testing you.
Right. Well, see, the thing is that
gonna work for?
When they have that mentality of just sitting around getting fat, it's somebody else's fault that they're fat. It's McDonald's fault because they serve greasy food. It's like, no, it's not McDonald's fault because you eat it 10 times a fucking day.
Exactly. And
then you don't work out. So you're eating 2,200 calories in a serving and you don't do shit.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to be a fat puke.
And again, stop doing it.
Yeah.
And they'll go away.
Yeah.
You guys are body shaming. I don't like it.
It's fat shaming. Yes,
fat
I
shaming.
am.
Yes.
You're body shaming.
You can't say the F word. It's offensive.
I didn't know. Oh my God, where have you been the last 2 years?
That's not
Get your
woke,
fucking
sir.
mind together.
It's been going on longer
You're a
than
fucking
that.
asshole. You know that?
You're not woke, sir.
No, the voice.
You're a fucking asshole.
It's
Fat shaming people? I don't have to work out.
See, it's that
Being
voice.
600
This is natural.
Being 600 pounds is natural.
See, but that's not the West Coast voice, though. They talk with a meaning, and they do that
Everything's
drag, and everybody's like, you don't have to act like that, okay?
You know what you're wearing right now is offensive. Like,
Are you
right.
You're not confident in what you're saying, buddy.
Yeah, right. Do you have a backbone?
Yeah, exactly. No, like the man stuff we've been talked about like to death lately, but it's true. Yeah. I'm all for equal rights with women. Do whatever, like, yeah,
sure.
Go for it.
And
Hey, you want equal rights? I give equal lefts. No, I'm just bullshitting. Don't take it. I'm just joking.
But like in different countries, the ones that are getting like bombed on a daily and all this stuff, they don't have feminism like that.
Nope.
They kind of fall back into place because again, we're so comfy. We're so complacent in having everything handed to us that women are like, well, now I want what you guys do. And it's like, well, You know, if a bomb dropped right now, Titanic, I was telling him, the Titanic, if we had that right now, if we were all on a boat and that bitch started going down, all the hardcore feminists would fall into place and be like, you need to help us.
Yeah.
Looking at a man.
Women first.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it's always been.
No butch, bitch. You're going to help. You're going to get dirty just like me.
So,
Carry the boats.
We're both going to fight these
But
sharks.
herein lies the cynicism in that is they want equal rights and they don't want help and this, that, and the other. They can do that shit, but like you said, if they're in a life-threatening situation, they're gonna be like, help me. You know, some do, some don't. You know, there's gonna be those courageous women that take matters into their own hands. Fine, but on the majority, they're gonna be looking for fucking some sort of male help to get them out of that situation. You know.
Well, it goes back around with like cops and stuff. Everybody, you know, for a period of time was like, oh, defund the cops, this and that, until it's your house getting broken.
Right.
Then all of a sudden you're gonna really want that. You're getting beat up. You're getting, you know, whatever. You're gonna want that person there. And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna want a dude my size, opposed to, you know, a 130-pound.
Well, that was the whole
woman.
criticism when I was in the Army, is that drill sergeants actually, you know, after the fact of being trained and everything else, they actually posed the question, you know, do men have a problem with women being in forward operating areas? Some guys say yes, some guys say no. Because, like you said, guys like your size or, you know, 200 plus pounds or more,
everybody sitting around here.
Who would you rather have drag your ass out of there? Someone of equal or
130 pound woman ain't dragging me.
Some can't. You'll be surprised with fucking. I mean,
how long?
Right, but like I said, I've served with maybe 2 women that I could say that I could probably drag me out of a danger zone if they needed to.
And I'm not saying it's all women. I'm not saying 100% of the women.
But I'm just saying, out of those 2 women, out of how many I've served with, those 2 are the ones that I would rely on.
And then we have to put this
the
in.
rest of them, it's like, nah.
And then you got to put this into consideration. Is okay. Let's, for example, I get shot. Bow. Right, we're in war. I get shot. I'm 217. I'm 217. Gun firing towards her, and she has to drag this 217-pound body.
And quickly.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen. Either she's gonna hurt herself, because I know me. I'm top heavy. And I'm bottom. I'm only 5'7", so it's just a full balance of fucking weight. It's not like she's getting like, okay, he's heavy at the top, so if I grab his legs, I can pull.
Oh, you're just husky.
I'm a chunky, but you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you might be able to find somebody who has thinner legs and he's just super top heavy, and you can yank the shit out of him, but you're not yanking me. You ain't yanking you.
Well, they have collars that you can grab onto with their vests and shit. They actually have a fucking handle that you can grab.
For real?
Oh yeah.
She gonna need that. And a head start.
But you're not taking into consideration too is that there's adrenaline pumping through everybody, and you can do a lot of stupid
trained.
Shit.
And I don't take anything away from the women service members. They probably can hold their own for sure. But in out here type situation, like 9 times out of 10, the lady doing Pilates down the street is not going to be able to pick me up out of my house if there's a fire.
No.
And
not unless they're doing some self-defense and they're fucking a top priority. Yeah.
So, I don't know. I like I said, women can do, yes, they can do majority of what we can do. Is it going to be the same?
So now, with this AT&T hack, do you think it's going to take a next step? Do you think that something's going to fucking pop off?
I actually do.
I want to know where.
I think it's going to be...
Get away from the mic when you're coughing.
I'm trying, man.
I think it's going to be directed towards
that gas.
Blue states immediately. Yeah. I think it's going to be the big states right away, or big cities right away, and it's going to be blue because they've already saturated it so much
Chicago
with just bullshit. They're, all the immigrants, all the, the tax, everything, taking away the guns, doing all these things. Those are only being implemented in those cities.
Oh yeah, and before he gets out of office, I guarantee they're going to implement a way to only buy legal handguns. You can only buy them from shops now.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to try to disconnect the whole gun fairs and everything like that.
Well, right now they're trying to put a bill together for the
The assault rifle.
no, assault pistols. That's what they're calling it. To
Assault pistol?
Yeah.
What the fuck is
So
that?
that means we'll be only going back to revolvers.
22s.
Fuck you.
22s with, I believe they said 10-round clips.
Fuck you. I'm not having a P fucking shooter in my hand. No way.
What the fuck you think this is?
No fucking way.
And they're bum rushing. I mean, I'm sure somebody could Google this and say I'm lying, but I've heard they're pushing for police force and the military to get the migrants into that faster. To like push their, if you want to be a full citizen, go to the military.
Yeah.
And we'll, within 2 years or whatever you're.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
Before graduation, you get your freaking citizenship.
But now whose army is that going to be? When you got a bunch of,
Well, that's like what the unions and the gangsters and everything like that used to do. It's like,
See,
we put a clerk in there, she's our clerk. We put a guy in there, he's our guy. And all of a sudden, you get nothing but our guys, so it's our people.
See, well, this is my problem. Instead of you housing criminals who are murderers, take them, put them in militaries.
But what's going on here is a lot different, though. We have other countries' military coming in civilian gear and fucking infiltrating everything.
But that's why I'm saying, instead of bringing people here, take those who are in for murder and say, hey, you want to shorten your sentence?
What's that going to do? This is going to make them.
It gives us guys.
That doesn't give us guys.
It does.
Think about it, man. You're training them to take us out. Is what you're doing.
No,
he's saying the people.
I'm saying our incarcerated murderers that we have here incarcerated.
Dude, they've already been in jail for how long? And you want them to? You're asking like the Dirty Dozen.
So think about it like this: they're already trained to obey. They're already trained to learn. Most of those guys want to shorten the sentence,
but they also have the fuse to rebel.
I think they would go AWOL immediately.
Exactly.
I think a big group of them would be like, cool, I'm doing this and that. Cool, get the training,
and
blah,
especially
blah, blah.
you
And
give
then,
them a firearm. Fuck.
I get what you're saying, and it could work in a sense, but I do think that mentality is stuck with them, and they're like, I've been in a fucking box for how long?
Yeah.
I'm out of here,
But see, the only way that I think that
they're
would
fighting for a
work,
country that put them in a box.
right? But I only think that would work for non-violent criminals.
That I could see.
Like the pot dealers, the fucking, basically the drug dealers that didn't have records before they got caught.
They're not going to do it because they get out in 3 to 5 years.
See, but they were sentenced depending on how much they had, because you got guys in there that got caught with like pounds of fucking marijuana and shit that are probably serving 10 to 20 years sentence, and you just tell them, okay, we'll take that because you're a non-violent criminal. You basically just got caught with some drugs that you shouldn't be in possession of. You want to fucking annex that? We'll absolve your freaking sentence.
Yep.
Get trained by us and go fucking over here to fight.
It's also hard too because we've beaten
patriotism to the ground.
Like there's not many.
Right. It's blind.
Not many people, but it's few and far between that you're either like the Proud Boy patriot that like people shit
the homegrown,
on.
the blue collar patriot,
or
the
they think it's the opposite, like
right. Or the patriot that shouldn't even be called a patriot because he's actually a nihilist and he doesn't believe in what's going on. He just thinks that what he thinks is right. Yeah, and that's not patriotism.
No, we used to have a culture of just like every other country. They're proud to be where they're from. Exactly. They're proud to learn their history, even if it's shitty, even if it's got bad times in it. Like, that's the whole thing. You move on and develop and grow with that history. Like, I'm big into history.
But one thing, though, is that other countries are homegrown countries. They weren't they were taken over, but they still had their roots. This country, we uprooted everything about this country.
But now we have our roots. We know what the premises of this is. Well, so now we can grow from it.
That's the whole idea behind what America is to be able to unite and freaking people can live in harmony. That's what a whole republic is supposed to be.
There's no such thing as harmony.
Not in the democratic fucking view.
Not in no world.
Because in a democracy, it's majority rules. So that's why everybody's at odds with everybody. Because that fucking 51% is going to control everything, man.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter what side of the fence they're on. It's just how deep your fucking pockets are right now. And that's what's going on with this country. And that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's the big thing is that money rules our day-to-day and how we think about things and what. And if you're not making it, you're a piece of shit.
Exactly.
Bottom line, there's no more middle class. People are poor or rich.
But that's a handbook fucking trademark from the Nazis, dude. Look at what they did.
Oh yeah.
To nationalize fucking Germany back in World War II. They fucking destroyed the middle class.
Yeah.
Basically put everyone in poverty and said, okay, you want something better? Come join us. Yep. And that's what they're doing. Absolutely. That's what they're trying to do.
You know how many Germans didn't even believe in the ideology that was going on, but they were like, we have to go by this. We have to do this.
Or else we're going to get killed. Yeah. But see, I don't know if that would really stand here, though, because we have too many fucking headstrong people here. Because I'm sorry, like myself, I was sitting there telling him, like, if any of these people, like, I'm sorry, from, like, the empire type fucking rule where they just come marching into our fucking town and they're on a loudspeaker, fucking come out of your house, fucking blah, blah, blah. I'm shooting that person on the loudspeaker. Fuck off. You know, just like you came in the wrong neighborhood.
Well, like, when they were talking about my wife's cousin, he's a Chicago cop, and he was kind of mentioning that, like, yeah, they were telling people to knock on doors about ARs.
Yeah.
And it's like, and he's like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But when you get in a bunch of people that don't have American values, don't give a shit about that, and now they're wearing a badge and they have a gun, they'll do it.
Yeah, they'll shit on your values.
They'll come right in there and be like, hey, give me your guns. Because this guy just made me a citizen, so now I'm going to listen to him. Just like the vote.
Yeah.
They're going to get that huge vote from those people.
Yeah.
That now...
And Elon Musk is not wrong. They want to make a solid party state for the Democratic Party. That's why they're allowing all these fucking people in here.
And it just sucks now that if you say an opinion like what we're talking about, you're automatically a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, dude, but look at what's happening. You have 900 dudes lined up coming from Mexico that are from China.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're all standing the same way.
Well,
kind of looks like a military.
But there's only one question that anybody can ask themselves. Has this government in its recent time done anything to benefit the citizens of its country?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just one question. All they do is just gimme, 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 and then we're going to destroy a certain type of race that pays for everything because we want to live a life that we can fucking actually have our toys and live, happily.
They're in the form of trying to start that Hunger Game type lifestyle.
They're possibly. It's just so broken right now that it's going to take a lot to actually fix people's mentalities.
See,
and that's what it is. The mentality of like what we were saying before, the patriot, like that is gone.
Yeah.
If you stand up and say like, my dad was 35 years in the military. I grew up in a military household. Very patriotic dude,
But I bet you he's the first one sitting in his fucking house saying, God, what the fuck is going on?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if you talk about, like, the past or whatever, people are like, see, you're a racist and you're a piece of shit. And it's like, this stuff happened, man. We got to deal with it and move on. Let's grow from this stuff.
Right.
And, nobody wants to hear anything. I was just telling
him
because
when
we were
nobody wants
driving.
to listen. Everybody's tone deaf to anything that has a problem.
It's because it's been beaten into us, not all of us, but a good majority, that how we live in America is wrong.
Right.
It's a bunch of people spouting this stuff out that's never left this country.
True.
Never seen anything else.
But they've already deteriorated that mentality with, the race that's sitting right here. They're bred to be afraid of white people and white police. And dude, that's
and vice
not,
versa.
Yeah, and that's not how life is supposed to be here. Everybody misses that mentality. It's like everybody deserves the privilege of somebody having the respect to say, "Hey, how are you? Good day to you, sir."
Yep.
You know, it doesn't matter what fucking color you are.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And people can't see past that. I mean, that's your own fucking blinders.
I think you guys would not.
You guys accept me in your hearts, man.
Just being the black guy.
You are a token black guy right now.
Shout out to the other black man, the token black man and his job. What's his name again?
Melvin.
Melvin, what's up, brother?
We're gonna get him on
Back
the
at
show,
you
man.
again.
We're gonna get him on the show, man.
Hey, I told you, every time I come on here, I'm shouting you out, Melvin. We the token black people. Yeah, me and Melvin. Melvin, listen to the show. Yeah.
But no, with the whole coming of the apocalypse shit with this AT&T thing, but Amazon is also a part of it too.
Oh yeah.
Did you? I mean, I don't know if you're aware, but they actually scan your palm,
Really?
so that way you can go to Amazon Fresh.
Yeah, that's strange.
That's sign of the beast shit right there.
Oh yeah.
You know.
There's something to all of it.
Might
Like
be
I said,
dips
like
in
you
some
could.
of you chips, but it ain't no dips. I ain't dipping my hand in no damn machine.
Like you could, like I said before, the conspiracy stuff. But you could talk about it all day and get weird with it. But like, there's something there to all of these things. There's some validity to something.
Well, because there's so much tension, and then people are feeling cornered on top of it. You know, and you know what happens when animals get cornered.
Oh, yeah.
People are animals too. We're gonna get that fight or flight eventually,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna be who's just gonna fire the first shot is gonna be the question.
See, like we were talking in the truck the one day. Like I could see somewhat, maybe not a civil war, but some sort of inner beef between the states.
Sure.
Right when they told Trump that he couldn't be on the
ballot,
yeah. I was like, Oof.
That's like two different states.
Now all of a sudden, the other side's going to be like, well, Biden's not going to be on this,
right?
And then all of a sudden you start getting your teams together, and it's like, that gets slippery.
But see, I think we talked about that on a previous episode. Is that I don't know what the Democrats are thinking, because if they do stir up a civil war, I mean, do you honestly think you're gonna fucking win that?
Huh. Again, coming back with all the people that are coming in, they're getting an army. They're getting people on their
Army
side.
ain't got what we got already, though.
I mean, I know exactly. No, they're not going to win. But you got a bunch of people that are, and they're steady flowing in. You know what I mean? Like,
this is what happens
it's
when you
a
put
lot.
the rednecks and them hood boys together.
Because they were talking
It's gonna
like
get ugly.
by the time they even gather control of this, there's going to be 12 million in here. You know
If
what
not
I mean?
more.
If not more.
Yeah.
So I mean, and like we've been preaching about, the unity of the American people is just never going to be found, because if we did unite, if we kept united like everybody thought across the world, which is the reason why we've never been invaded, is because of us. Because even the Japs, when they freaking bombed Pearl Harbor in World War II, they wanted to come to the West Coast and start infiltrating the U.S., but they were afraid, because they said that there would be a bullet or a gun behind every blade of grass.
Yep.
You know, because of the citizens here. We're allowed to carry guns. We're allowed to defend ourselves.
And throughout the years, that's been
under
like,
attack.
Yeah, and it's been misconstrued too, like the right to bear arms, like against our government.
Yeah.
It's not just the dude down the street that I think he might rob my car. No, it's literally
against a
them
tyrant.
they're knocking on our doors, taking stuff from. Like,
See, and that's
why it's there.
And that's where, like, it's kind of confusing, like, where the military minds are right now, because fucking there's an oath that we take, foreign and domestic. I mean, and we're being domestically infiltrated right now. So if we had any kind of sense in our generals in preserving this fucking country in the forward, you know, and moving forward and keeping it moving as a capitalist thing, and maybe actually turn it into a republic that it's supposed to
So
be.
are they going to take the guns away from them?
No,
the army guys
I want
too?
the
Like,
generals to fucking mutiny.
That comes in with the cancel culture.
Yeah, well, fuck them. I don't
Because
give a
there's
shit
been,
about these
but
people.
there has been some generals that have came out and spoke out, and their ranks are taken from them.
That's where those generals need to band together
Yeah.
and say, your units are going to come back home. Your units are coming back home. We're going to call our freaking internal reservists and everybody. We're going to band together in this certain area, and then we're going to fucking destroy everything.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just it's so hard to unify anybody
Right now, yeah.
Like,
we
it's
can't even
like-
we can't even agree what fucking color the sky is right
Exactly.
now. You know what I mean?
And when you keep introducing, like, I started seeing it probably right before Trump, where everybody's getting radicalized.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And like the radicalization between the two sides is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like you literally can't sit down and have a conversation with the other side
Because they're both insane.
Exactly.
I
So
mean-
like it's like magnet. They're not
Right.
like no matter what
Yeah.
the topic
Negative
is.
to a negative.
Yeah.
Or positive to a positive.
Yeah.
There's just no common ground anymore. And it used to be you could sit down, solve problems.
Yeah.
That's why like I'm big on like get a Republican in as president and a Democrat
Well,
as vice. You know, it's something where you are forced.
Well, see, the thing is that they can't get through it without play school rules.
Yeah.
They call each other names,
Mhm.
you know, and label things and all that. Just hear each side out. I mean, and you can basically, you can be like, that's fucking stupid because this is what's going to happen if this were to happen and blah, blah, blah. And you can go into detail. But you got to hear each other out, man. It's like, Jesus Christ, if you think both sides are evil, you're never going to get anywhere.
Like, just picture this. If we would have had a Republican whatever, we pulled out of Afghanistan, it would not have been the same way.
No.
You know what I mean? If we just had that other voice in instead of them just being like, yeah, let them all jump on the side of the plane and we're fucking gone. Like, what? Leave everything behind. What?
Yeah, what? Really?
I'm a fucking idiot, and I was like, this is stupid. Like, what is happening right now?
Oh, they're dumb. They'll never figure it out.
And like everybody
And then now
tries
all
to
of a sudden-
justify it. Well, we needed to get out of there, and they were gonna pull out anyway. Not like that, dude.
Not without taking our
Not
shit
like
back.
that. 20 years?
Not only
And
that,
this is how we're doing this?
What was all left?
Everything.
Fucking fire jets, tanks. So we're talking about $1 trillion deficit for an American, and we pay for our military. And you're telling me that our tax dollars was just left over in Afghanistan?
Yeah.
No, motherfucker, go get my damn jet back. Because if you don't want it, I want it. I got some use for it.
See, but the thing
I'll
is,
learn
is
how to
that
fly the motherfucker.
the
Bring my
IRS,
Yeah, where's my tank at?
but the IRS that's established today was supposed to be there to attack the rich.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly.
I don't understand where things flipped with that.
They started getting rich at the IRS offices, and it was like, oh, this is what it feels like to be at the top.
Everybody's getting paid off. The money falls into all of this.
That's where we got to get somebody that has the balls to just go in there and clean fucking house. You know what I mean?
And somebody that may like
Start putting term limits on
Yeah.
fucking senators.
Oh.
Start putting fucking
Absolutely.
age limits on this shit. Like, Jesus Christ, the fucking retirement age is 65, but yet we got a candidate going into presidency who's going to be 80. Give me a fucking break.
It's
That's the
crazy.
most stressful job in the country. And now we got to worry about a president that might not wake up the next day. You know what I mean?
The two biggest people are senior citizens. Like the people that everybody's arguing about shouldn't be driving cars.
Right.
Like literally, like
Yeah.
if that was your grandpa, you'd be like, no.
I mean, did you see the last video of fucking Biden coming out? He fucking shits himself in the driveway as he's walking out of the White House, man.
Excuse me, Brandon. I can drive, but I have no use for driving.
You'll never
because
see
I
me
have a
piss
driver,
myself.
and I won't shit myself like old Dirty Joe.
Yeah, right. You just have toilet paper on your shoe.
But then like
Hey, watch it there, guy.
and but like who like I like Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I go back and forth, but like,
But I like Vivek.
He's going independent though,
yeah.
which is fine. I want.
That's fine with that.
And you know what? But like, because he was forced independent, because the other side
Democratic didn't want him
was
because
not,
his views weren't in line.
exactly.
Because he didn't want to freaking dominionize the people.
Yeah,
You know?
he wants to get rid of the red and blue dyes in food. He thinks that growing your own stuff is better. This and that, like across the board, he's saying
because
stuff that.
I don't know if you knew about JFK's term in office. That's where they implemented the physical education in gym class,
Yep.
And stuff like that to keep
The requirements, yeah.
Yes, to keep us in shape, keep everybody healthy. That was their main concern.
Now
back in
schools
those
are
days.
taking those out.
I know.
Physical education altogether.
Yeah.
Not only that, and for the kids, for the ones that do have it, like kids will be like, "Oh, I have asthma. I can't
Hey
participate."
man, I have asthma. Hey,
So's my girl.
Hey, I got asthma too, motherfucker. But you want to know what? My gym teacher told me, keep it pushing, little bastard. And guess what I did? Kept running. And guess what? My asthma don't bother me no more.
It built up.
Like it, and that's what I was trying to explain to a couple people that I was training, because they have asthma and they're just like, their favorite excuse is like, "Oh, I can't breathe. I can't breathe." And I'm like, yeah, the reason you can't breathe is because you never take the time to work out or run or do
Your
the
lungs
things.
are a muscle.
Yeah,
it needs
like
to be under stress.
You don't do the things that need to be done to keep to keep them going. You just think that you can just, oh well, I'm cute and I'm cuddly and I can do this and no, that's not the way the shit works. Like, you have to keep running. You have to when it feels like it's tight, it's not tight. That's your shit working.
Hey, I didn't work out today. Are you calling me fat?
I haven't worked out in weeks. I need
I
to.
worked out this morning.
Hey,
No
fuck
big
you,
deal.
motherfucker.
No big deal.
Yeah.
Nobody asked you.
I did a 2-mile run.
Hey, chill out, Jack.
I got to get back to running. That's
Yeah.
one thing I got.
I'm slowly building into it.
Hey, the
I
hell with
like-
both of you.
I like the powerlifting and stuff. I was doing that for a while. Yeah, I seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, my nephew's in RASP right now.
Oh, nice.
So like we're going back and forth, and he's got his phone back right now. So he's like, "We're doing this." So I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna match you."
Oh, shit.
Nowhere even close to what he's doing, but yeah, like
They're
I
probably
told
beating
him.
the hell out of him.
Oh man, I'll show you a picture of his feet. It's disgusting.
Did he have trench foot?
Huh? The whole bottom part is falling out.
Trench foot.
yeah.
He pulled his sock off and pulled it
Yeah.
off. That happened to a couple of guys on rock marches.
Feet get wet and you don't let them dry out.
No, you got to change your socks every time you stop.
Yeah.
He just told me last night was the worst that he's ever had it.
Yeah.
He was, they call it the worm. It's a giant log, 900 pounds,
Yeah.
that, a couple dudes have to hold up and do their exercise or whatever they're doing. And he was like, we stood there for 12 hours. And he was like, dude, he's like, my neck, he's like, I can't straighten my head out, blah, blah, blah. He's like, my feet are shit. And he's like, I literally was about to cry. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do my 2-mile run. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, right.
I told him before he went in, I was like, I'm going to.
Hey, salute nephew.
Animal.
Shit. Yeah, you take care of that, big dog. I love you for it.
Man.
I don't know you, but I love you
That
for
kid,
it.
when he gets out, or when he's here,
Say
you
gonna be a fucking
gotta
freak.
have him on.
Yeah,
He's got
sure.
a different mindset. He is
Oh, I
not
know.
like he's not like anybody I've ever spoke to.
No.
He's so like philosophical, and like his views on things are just set before he even went in.
Yeah.
Like just how he thinks about things. It's very straightforward, and he knows what he wants. And
It's
that's
black
it.
and white, right and
Yeah.
wrong. Yeah, that's how things should
He
be.
wants to be what does he call himself? A savage servant.
A savage servant.
Yeah, and that's what he said. And like he was gonna try to be a SEAL, or that was his original thing. So he was like jumping in my sister's pool, tying himself up, laying there. I'm like, bro, you're gonna die. You're gonna die before you even get there.
He's
So-
drowning himself.
Yeah. And then he was like, found out more about my dad and like that stuff, and he was like, I want to be a ranger. I was like, do it.
Yeah, they came around in AIT, and my buddy frickin' Flanagan went in there, and I just did not. I was like, it sounded real good, man. It sounded real good what they were offering. But I just couldn't do it. I had kids, and I was just thinking about them before that, and I was like, yeah, I can't be running face first into a bullet. And
It's a different mindset, man.
yeah, dude, and that rasp is fucking training, bro. He fucking beats your ass.
He's a fucking tank right now.
Yeah.
He looks like a beast.
Yeah.
Like,
That and Green Beret training, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, he said like he wants to get all the stuff my dad did. So he's getting his wings. He's gonna try
Nice.
Green Beret. He wants
Airborne.
to do special operations, all that stuff. That's his. He wants to be tip of the spear type dude. And he's got the mindset, and he's been smoking all the stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Well, he's,
you know?
he's knee deep in that Kool-Aid now.
Oh,
So
he's there. He's there. He's doing it big.
it's awesome, man. Fucking hey.
Yeah.
I really wish. Well, I was a mechanic. I was in the rear with the gear.
Hey, you took the initiative. You joined.
I signed.
Yeah.
But what the fuck did I sign for? It's like, what the fuck's going on? Like I said, man, I bet you your dad's just probably sitting around looking at the fucking world, shaking his head, like, what the fuck did I just do?
He,
I preserved the rights of these people.
Oh,
you know, it's like, what the fuck is this?
before he passed, it was right when the Ukraine or that whole thing started.
Oh, jeez.
And we were in the hospital, and it was on the TV, and he was like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "This is fucking. We're done."
Yeah.
I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "We're gonna enter something stupid. This should not involve us." And that was before anything was really popping off with us, at least.
Right.
Now, like, I'm pretty sure we got boots on the ground.
Oh yeah, I know for a fact. I mean, some of I got a couple of friends from when I went to basic. They're stationed in Mongolia right now, and fucking some are right on the Polish border, and fucking.
I know they've had small
We've had
special
battalions,
forces, and like they've been over there, handled some stuff, and
some rescue missions to get some people, but nothing like where we're entering the war yet.
actual war zone. Yeah.
But I mean, we actually do go in and grab people if we need, anybody of importance or whatever.
Yeah, me and my brother, we were talking about it, and we're talking about my nephew, and he's like, my brother's like, dude, he might be stationed here, like deployed to America by the time he's done with everything, depending how this stuff pans out.
Yeah.
Like, he might be here doing stuff.
Because I got some buddies in the National Guard that are actually out on the freaking Arizona border right now.
Really?
It's fucking not good.
Yeah.
Oh, stopping illegals from coming into Arizona.
Well, and the ones that do get in, they just direct them right to a fucking
Different
embassy.
state.
No, they go right to an embassy and then they fucking bust them right the fuck out. Those Texas and Arizona are not.
I'm with them. Get that shit out of here.
Yeah, I'm with Texas, dude. Fucking
Me too.
stand up.
Me
dude.
too.
Fuck yeah.
Get them the fuck up out of here, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah, man.
Deport their ass right back the moment they hit the fucking Texas border.
Nah.
And again, like, if you say this, you're a racist and you're not giving up. Like,
See, but
there's
that's the thing
ways
is that
to
you
do
have
it.
to care what people think.
I'm
really
racist.
give a
I
fuck.
have
give a
white
shit
friends.
but like do it the right way.
Yeah.
There's this whole country has Ellis Island. This shit's not new.
No.
You go through a certain
See, and that's
procedure to get here.
and that's why I didn't re-up. That's why I didn't want to fucking continue on and try to do my 20 years and get the opinion. I saw the change that was happening. They're conforming to make it easier for the civilian life to get in there. They're like merging it more to civilian capabilities. Yeah, that's some bad transfer. But fucking there's no more shunning people. There's no more. We call it the AT&T rule, where you can reach out and touch somebody and fucking smack you around if you fuck
Full
up.
metal jacket
Right,
type stuff.
right. You can't do that shit no more. Even if you yell at somebody, you gotta.
I
You can't.
remember hearing about when my buddies joined. This was years ago, but they had I think it was like a yellow card or a red card or something like that. If they're feeling stressed, it's like what?
If
Really?
Somebody
I don't think
from-
you could do that during war. I mean, I've never been, but I'm pretty sure.
But that was the thing. It's like, war is a stressful fucking thing. What are you gonna do? Just be like, hold on, white flag, timeout. I need my safe zone. I need to take a breath.
Yeah, exactly.
That doesn't happen. I'm sorry. The Islamic, they don't give a shit if you're comfortable or not.
No.
They'll chop your fucking head off.
Yeah,
You know
because
what I
they've
mean?
been in that their whole life.
Exactly. That's what they know. And if all we know is time out, I'm stressed. I need to go talk to my therapist. It's just like
Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm not opposed to how Israel does their thing. That every citizen has to do X amount of time in the military.
Mexico does that.
Does Mexico do that too?
Yeah.
That's not it doesn't mean you're going to war right away or you gotta be, Rambo and shit.
A
You could go
military
in
trainer?
and be a communicator. You know what I mean? Like, just to have that idea of stress You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, the whole conformatism type thing that they press and everything like that, it does work as a conglomerate organ. You know what I mean? A unison type of thing. It does work in that sense. But when it comes to individuals, and then you get some bullshit orders, like I'm sure that
let's be real.
your cousin's probably going to deal with some bullshit orders when he goes out and freaking down theater, and he's going to have to do some questionable shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And whether or not it pulls on his moral strings, it's going to have to be him to question those orders in the proper fashion, because you're going to get told to do some immoral shit at some point.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because war is war. War
Yeah.
is fucking ugly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. That's what my dad used to tell me stories, and he's like, the only thing that I could tell you is that it's a job, you do it, and you disconnect and move on. He's like, because if you let that shit sit with you, he's like, you're gonna die.
Yeah. And if you got a good recruiter, that when you sign up, they'll tell you just like, turn your fucking brain off.
Yep.
Just turn your brain off. You know, do what you're fucking told. Turn your brain off. Because they want you to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking get that fucking guy. Fuck this shit.
Like,
without hesitation.
like in Full Metal Jacket, when he's sitting there and he was like, I wanted to eat my own guts. Yeah. Like, that's the mentality. But that's what you have to have.
Yeah.
You're not going in there and you're not just, climbing ropes and doing this shit, even though basic's hard and does it. Like, you're doing things. These people are trying to kill you.
That are out of the norm.
Yes.
And that's
that
why
no human should see.
Exactly. And that's why basic training should be difficult. It should not be easier. It's
funny. I was I don't know if you're like into like MMA or anything, but Sean Strickland just had a post. Did you see that?
I didn't see the new one, but I saw the fucking where he picks apart that reporter. He's like, "You're the fucking poison."
Oh yeah, this was about I forgot who it was, but he was a Navy SEAL guy, and now he's like a motivational person or whatever. And
was it Andy Kemp?
No, that's the coffee guy, right?
Coffee guy.
Rifle or Black Rifle Coffee. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think you're
I
think you're right.
But no, I forget who it was. But Sean Strickland said it was like, all these Navy SEALs and all these dudes talking shit about motivation and blah, blah, blah. Work out with me for a week. He's like, I'll fucking bury you guys, blah, blah, blah. I'll beat the shit out of all you guys. This dude came back, and he was real nice. He was like,
watched the video.
He's like real nice about it, and he was like, Sean, just stay in your lane, dude. He's like, you train to fight and get back up and go home.
Yeah.
He's like, my buddies die.
Yeah.
He's like, they'll have skin grafts on their thighs from training.
Yeah.
He's like, they'll be killed. He's like, your punching bag's not pulling a gun out on you.
Sure.
So, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
in so many words.
He's like, you keep getting your money from fighting, and we'll keep making sure that you can get your money for fighting.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You
your
train
freedoms.
for your belt. Yeah. We'll train for your freedom.
And he didn't lessen what he was doing, but like, bro, you're not even talking about the same thing.
Yeah.
Tim Kennedy said the same thing. Like, he would get so pissed off going into a fight because the other guy's like, oh, I'm leaving it out on the battlefield and, we're going to war. And he's like, to a person that's literally been through war, this is like just fun.
Yeah.
This is just like,
this is pugils here, guy.
It's a competition.
Yeah.
You'll survive.
Right. You're walking out of it.
Yes, has stuff happened where but not you'll be fine.
Yeah.
You'll get lumps.
At worst, you'll probably get a broken bone.
Yeah, concussions, things like that. But
you're walking out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you get sent down theater, hey man, have your last smoke, shake your last handshake, and fucking hopefully you come back and you can see it another day.
You won't even know it sometimes.
Right.
It'll just be a truck that blows up in front of you and you get it.
Right. Like, I mean, even here.
Oh yeah.
It's more dangerous being here than it is in an active war zone. The number of car accidents, the number of suicides, the number of freaking massive shootings, and all the other fucking stupid bullshit. And that's another thing about the whole gun thing. Why can't they be honest about what the majority of those gun deaths are from?
Self-inflicted wounds.
70% are from suicide.
Self-inflicted.
70%.
That doesn't go along with the narrative.
Of course not, because they're dangerous.
Yeah.
No.
My dad used to always say, if you put a hammer on a table, that hammer will never build a house until somebody grabs it and builds the fucking house.
Exactly.
He's like, you put a gun on a table, it will never go off. It will never kill anybody until you get a fucking psycho or somebody that's protecting you to use it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a tool.
It's an inanimate object until you use
Exactly.
it. It is a piece of machinery.
We need to start thinking about, and this was big when I was younger, and somehow it's kind of died off or gotten into a weird thing. We need to think about mental health, because at least do background checks of that before people purchase like an in depth.
If they're in therapy, they should not have it.
Exactly. And like even like getting your void card and stuff, like it says like, do you have like suicidal thoughts? Like, who's gonna fucking say yes?
Right.
Like,
Right.
No,
But
they actually have to have a process, because that I do believe would weed a lot of things out. If you could not get, they do it with, if you were incarcerated or whatever it is, if felonies or whatever, you can't get nothing.
See, and that's the thing too, is that therapists know the triggers of what people, what happens in people's heads and shit. They can word questions to get the answers that they look for to make sure that somebody's sane. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they can word it in such a fashion to where somebody will look at it and be like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
And then they'll reword it again.
In a different line.
In a different set. And then you either answer it the same way or differently. You know what I mean? So that's where they get that equal comparison to shit. So,
sneaky.
Yeah, it's like you got to really read and understand what the words are saying.
Because words actually have meanings. Yeah. I tell my kids that all the time. A lot of people just say shit thinking it don't have a meaning, and then you putting it together.
I actually saw something where this guy was asking this girl some question or whatever, the fuck, and they called him a misogynist. And he's straight up just like, okay, well, if you think I'm a misogynist, what's a misogynist?
Yeah, what's the definition?
Yeah, what's the definition? What is a misogynist?
Can't tell you.
And they froze like deer in headlights, like, well, I just hear
a misogynist is a man that
that says the shit you just said. You're like, wait a minute, what? That's not right.
It says the shit that you just said.
It's crazy.
Oh, I love it.
It is. It's wild the way people think now, that like they think because I want to protect my wife, protect my daughters, and be able to provide and work out and do the things that I do.
And somehow that's offensive.
I'm a piece of shit, and like I should. What? Why?
But all of a sudden, I have to care about what you feel.
Exactly. And if I don't, you could go type it up or something and be like, "Oh, this guy's a piece," and then all of a sudden that trickles into me losing my job somehow.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? Yeah. What happened?
Right.
I'm just trying to get my gains. All of a sudden, like, come on, man, this is crazy.
Trying to get my come ups and shit.
I'm sorry.
I just want to hit 315 for 5.
Speaking of fucking weights, nothing nowadays is more irritating than watching these fucking videos with guys like, or the chicks like fucking working out.
Oh,
hey, stop looking at me.
Bro,
what the fuck am I supposed to look at? Like, I'm in the gym. I'm looking at everybody's gains. I'm looking at big dude's fucking lats in the back when he fucking flexes. I'm like, God damn, maybe I want that. And then
gets you inspired to fucking,
you know what I'm saying?
This guy's fucking huge. Look at that. Like,
oh shit, this chick's about to fucking lift she's about to lift 180. Let me watch her fucking lift it.
Make sure her form's good.
Not only that, fuck that. I mean, yeah, of course, make sure.
He said, fuck that. I think I know. 33 days, buddy.
Definitely 33 days. But also, hey, guys are looking because we want to make sure you don't fucking make a mistake and drop this shit on yourself.
But did you see that? Did you see that one where she actually snapped at the guy for actually trying to help her because she got stuck?
There's a bunch of them out there. But like, let's really say what it is. They come in super revealing clothes. You can say that it's for, they always say like, well, I want to be comfortable. Yeah. That's fine. If I had one of my nuts hanging out, I guarantee somebody's going to look. If one of my balls was hanging out, somebody would be like, just staring at me, and I'm like, don't look at me. Well,
hey, dude. It's out. Hey, dude.
let me tuck this in.
Yeah.
Hey.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, that, you're wearing things that half of your ass is out.
Yeah. And
guys and men and women are both going to stare because it is in your face.
Yes. And what are you going to do when it's in
not
your
only that
face?
you got your weights on the floor and you're doing this 90-degree bend over to grab your weights and coming up super slow. You think I'm not gonna fucking look? I'm not. You think I'm not?
Because jogging pants are still a thing.
Yeah,
you can put those on and be fully functional.
You're being very misogynistic.
They're doing that for a very specific reason. They want to look cute at the gym.
Yeah.
If you were there to, look better, do your thing, you would not care about looking cute. You would be sweaty. You would be wearing a hoodie. You know what I mean?
But then there are those women that dress like that just to fish guys out, just so they have a reason to bitch at a guy.
And and they're posting it.
Yeah, and they're recording.
They're getting views. Yeah. Exactly. I don't even like the guys that will put a camera. I haven't been to a gym in a while. I just work at my house, but I used to work at a gym, and there'll be guys post have a tripod and everything, and it's like, dude,
really?
You're how big is your ego right now?
Yeah.
You think and then get mad when somebody walks in front of it. I don't give a shit what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
This is not your basement.
This is a public gym, dude.
The best one that I seen was the girl, the guy. He was like, she was like, "Oh, you're recording." She was like, "Just to let you know, I'm recording." Do you mind being recorded? He was like, I don't care. And then he was like, I don't want to come past. She was like, no, you're good. You can come past. Hey, if you walk past, you just walk past. Those are the type of people. If you're just looking to be like, hey, these are my gains. Look, I'm lifting this. I want to record myself lifting 400 2 times. Whatever the case may be. That's cool. But don't be the motherfucker who's just sitting there and you're grabbing 45 pounds weights, knowing that you don't lift 45 pounds. You only lift 25.
Right. But that's the thing.
And then you're trying to over fucking do it for the camera.
Right. And that's what you were just saying is the differences of checking out your own form, making sure you're not fucking yourself up. That's a difference between that and actually being a fucking internet dweeby that's fucking like, hey man, you getting my fucking shot, bro.
Trying to troll people into a situation.
Right.
And it's like what you said, it's a public setting. This is not everybody's getting to this point that the world is theirs. And it's like, dude, it's here for everybody. You can't do this shit. Like the one lady I just watched the video, she's going to Burger King or McDonald's or whatever, and she's sitting there and she's having a conniption fit about waiting for her food. And these people, they're just working and doing their thing, and the guy's like, I'm sorry, we'll get... And she's going nuts. She hops the counter, grabs bags, and it's like, dude,
it's not that fucking serious.
Right. Well, it's just like everybody looting the stores and shit. They just walk in and grab a rack full of fucking clothes and try to walk out.
Yeah, but
and then when a security guard stops them, all of a sudden the security guard is the
piece
bad
of shit.
guy.
Yeah. But what's the thing now? Isn't there a law passed? $900 or something can be taken without
a felony.
Without any repercussions.
$900 without a felony.
New York.
Only thing they'll do,
Chicago,
they'll get your
LA.
name, they'll write you a ticket, you're gone.
That's why you see these people that'll go to Walgreens and just empty out all this stuff and just walk out, and you'll see security be like, no, because there's that thing now.
Yeah.
You didn't know about that?
No.
Yeah.
So you're just giving people the right to go steal.
You can go steal up to $900.
Because they said the insurance and stuff will
see, but then
and it's like, but it's the moral, you're letting them just people run wild.
But I also saw the story. There was a couple of Walgreens here in Chicago, either on the southwest side, that closed. There was a half a dozen freaking location that closed because they were getting fucking robbed every goddamn day. So then the people now that they're closed, the people are outraged because now where the mama's gonna get their freaking baby powder? It's like, well, if you didn't fucking rob the goddamn joint every fucking day, maybe they wouldn't have closed.
Our neighbor, she works for Ulta, the beauty company or whatever. They have a store in the city, and on a weekly basis, it's smashed out, and they're closing down. And it's because how do you operate? How do you have a business where it's constantly
losing money?
And for the city, the state, whatever, to not help you with that, just say well, how much was it? 800? Well, they can get another 100.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
You got
insurance for your business, right? Okay. Well,
and I get it. I get the insurance will cover, but that's not the point. The point is
you're still paying for it.
Well, and we're letting people go wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I understand we're not supposed to control anybody or whatever, but once these things start happening, it's a trend. Everything
But the
starts
thing
picking
is that
up,
there's
and then
rules. There's rules in life to make things be at least cohesive through people. And when people don't adhere to those rules and then go against the grain, come on.
The Wild West.
The
That's
Wild West.
literally
That's what's
why-
happening.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody's carrying guns now, shooting everybody. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ. You can't even go outside your house, without bringing your gun. You're like, oh, shit, now I got to bring my fucking gun, now I can't even go to the store without worrying about getting shot. It's like, what the fuck?
And, God forbid you say, like, oh, excuse me, ma'am. What did you just say?
Yeah.
Ma'am? And it's like, was I not supposed to say that shit?
Well,
and now you're in a conflict that you
I
didn't
identify
even
as a Zim, excuse me.
I can't even.
Don't fucking do it.
I can't even go down this road.
Dude, I
Like,
listen to those
it's-
fucking things. I go down that rabbit hole on Twitter or
Zim,
the X or whatever
her,
the fuck.
Z,
I'm so and so.
Zibbity bobbity
I
zoo.
identify as Zimzer. He freaking blah blah blah. It's like, shut the fuck up.
It's so wild that people think or expect everybody to care about that.
Yeah.
Like, when did this become about feelings? Like, when did this whole world just say, like, I feel like this, I feel I deserve this?
It's
And
what you mentioned earlier, the mental health movement.
Absolutely. Yep.
It's in the food.
And once they took the power out of the parents' hands and gave it to the kids,
Yep.
because now
Not my kids. They don't have any power.
if a kid-
I will beat the shit out of them.
But if a parent beats a kid and they go to school and they say, my dad hit me last night, all of a sudden you're getting arrested.
See? Hold on.
But you can't leave bruises. I know that because that's what the cops tell me.
Just don't leave bruises.
What's his name? The one of Fred Astaire's friends. I forget his name. He had like a famous story of he was abusive to his kids, and he used to put oranges inside of a sock and hit them because it doesn't leave bruises.
Nice.
Like, whoa, bro, you thought this out. Like, did you have trial runs? Like, oh, don't use apples.
We're going to do a QAQC.
Yeah,
on
like,
this.
oh, shit.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
He's got a notebook 2
Yeah,
days
right.
later. No bruise.
It just says all this produce and fruit. I'm like, nope, beans don't work.
Yeah.
Like,
Apple left a deep green.
yeah, right. Exactly. Coconuts? We'll have another
I don't think
we'll
so.
have another one because this one's not doing well. Like,
Grapes? Too soft.
I just ate them all. No, it's weird.
But
man.
not.
See, but that's where things have. But like, that's where the question now lies with the out of control kid nowadays is where's the parents?
Yep.
But at the same token, what could the parents do with the laws that are set in place? Their hands are strapped. If they beat their kid can just call the cops and be like, my mom beat me.
Yeah.
Come get her. And then she's fucked.
Yep. The rest of her life.
Exactly. Just because she disciplined her son, who's a fuck up, and then she's going to have to go on camera fucking 2 months later because he got shot because he's fucking in some sort of gang? Because he was fucking trying to rip somebody off with some fucking bullshit drug deal?
Yep.
But yet he was a good kid.
We've lost the what's instilled into kids.
There's no morals.
I try that with my daughters. Like, I tell them like you have to have there was a conversation me and my nephews had the one day, and they're younger and they're talking about how things don't hold value. Like, got into this whole thing of, no, it's just an object. It doesn't mean, but if you've worked for that, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
You want to maintain it. You want it to be around. It might be a piece of shit car, but it's your piece of shit car.
It's one thing to maintain something, but another thing to let your materials own you.
Own you. Exactly. And that's like the balance that you have to explain to people.
And that's the thing that we're dealing with nowadays because everything is materialistic. Everybody's got to be like Kim K.
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck baggage she's got today, and what kind of
It's these fucking things.
Those are the poison, right?
Absolutely.
There. That's the cancer.
Literally where a bunch of shit came from.
Yeah, that's the cancer that the elites planted.
Yep.
We're gonna give people unlimited access, and all of a sudden we're gonna figure out what they like, and we're just gonna feed them the bullshit.
Yep. And the algorithm is only gonna show you those things.
Yeah.
It's gonna feed it into your brain. If you look up one time, fucking crocodiles eating a guy, you're gonna see that for a fucking month.
Yep.
and think that crocodiles everywhere are eating people all the time, and it's gonna be like, holy shit, like.
And then you get those feeler videos, because I noticed on Twitter they do that.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit there and I'm just full, I'll sit there and like, if I watch a girl beat the shit out of another girl and just be like, oh shit, she fucking like uppercutted her and did some sort of weird fucking kick or whatever the shit, I'd probably fucking like it or whatever and be like, this is fun shit.
Entertainment, yeah.
Then all of a sudden there's another video of some dude torturing another fucking dude, and you're like, no, get this the fuck off of me. Yeah, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah. Oh, I look up. I'm a very curious person, so I literally something pops in my head. Ask this guy. We'll be driving in the truck, and I'm just like, how is this made? You know what I mean? Just randomly, but like it does. It introduces you to something else that just because this one thing had a hint of violence, you must love violence. Yeah. So here's a beheading from 1990, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? Yeah.
No, I'm trying to watch, the fights, and all of a sudden, like, now I'm a creep.
But you also notice that no matter what you look up, no matter it be on Amazon or YouTube or wherever the fuck, you can look up tampons for your fucking wife.
Yep.
All of a sudden an ad will pop up. Fucking ultra absorbent fucking ads. Everywhere you fucking...
Did you hear about the thing in China with the billboards?
No.
So this billboard, it counts eyes. It counts looks. So when you're on a highway, you're driving, and you glance up and you see Bud Light or whatever it may be, you look up, boom, count it. Now that, because of your license plate, it'll say who it's from, or to.
For your retinal?
And it goes...
That's scary shit.
Yeah, and it'll go to your phone, and now all of a sudden, you're scrolling through, and you see 500 ads for whatever, and guess what you want to do? You want to have a beer. Like, it's very programmed. Like, and again, sound conspiracy, but we're being programmed. It is what it is. This is, and it's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, this shit is not new.
That's why this whole fucking...
It's just more...
woke movement. It's all bullshit, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody knows what the fuck. That's why we had this conversation before. It's just like, if you want to talk about woke, this is what woke is right here. Just individuals speaking. It doesn't matter what, your background, creed, or race, or where the fuck you come from. It's just talking out whatever fucking...
Having a discussion.
That's
bouncing ideas and opinions off of each other.
Without having to get angry.
Yeah.
Without fucking pulling a gun on each other. It's fucking... That's being woke.
Feel like I'm back in the corner.
Coming out swinging.
Got two white guys surrounding me.
Somebody help. Help me. Help.
I feel like Mr. Jefferson on the fucking Archie Bunker show.
Black History Month, they're trying to get me.
You wore the shirt and everything.
I definitely did.
That was planned. Premeditated.
It was definitely premeditated, and you white boys set me up.
None of that shit on this show.
Nah, man. Like, it's wild.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it is.
I got to go watch Django now.
Oh, shit.
No, I just...
He's going to count
get some frustrations out.
Yeah, he's going to count how many times those white boys said the N-word.
No. The fucked up part is, I just want to go see one part, and that's when Jonah Hill is like, my wife set up and made 43 grand for you ungrateful sons of bitches.
That wasn't Jonah Hill.
That wasn't?
No, that was just some fucking rando in there. He's like, and you ungrateful bastards. My wife was out there fucking slaving over 3 hours trying to cut these holes in there, and you guys are bitching about it. That's the last time that we're going to do anything for any of y'all.
It was a great idea. This time we go no man.
Right.
But next time, we make better mad.
Yeah, we go full regalia and go all masked out.
Hey, that's the only part I really want to see. I'm sorry.
And then they storm the trailer.
They get blown the fuck up, bro.
That's a good one.
That's my
movie.
shit.
That's a great movie. Dark fucking movie. Sometimes.
City on Candy. Who's that nigga on
I finally
that
just got to watch, what's the one we were talking about, Quentin Tarantino? The Hollywood one. I just watched that recently. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one
Not
yet.
impressed.
That's what people say.
Yeah, like I hear
really...
both sides, and they're like, "It was amazing." I was like, "Dude."
But then
Pulp Fiction was amazing.
See,
like,
Pulp Fiction,
you know what I mean? Like,
Pulp Fiction, hell yeah. But what really turned me off was the whole Bruce Lee thing. Is that he tried to pawn it off as like a real situation, and then the wife comes out and is like, "No, that's all bullshit."
So the guy that, again, I look stuff up. So so the guy Gene, I forget his last name, but he was stuntman. It's what Brad Pitt was based off of, and he did get into an altercation.
Okay.
And he is way bigger than Bruce Lee, and it was basically back and forth, and I think it was a headbutt or something, but it nowhere near what how they portrayed it. But
Yeah.
there was this little
Altercation.
thing. Yeah, and then he was basically saying like, "Hey, I don't give a shit what you know. I'll smash you because I'm huge."
Yeah.
And it kind of got.
And
that
Bruce
way.
Lee was like, okay, you want to
Yeah.
try it? You know?
You don't headbutt me?
He like water.
Oh,
my
you're
friend.
stupid, Rondo.
He like water. I become the teapot.
Yes. It becomes glass. It can crash. It can be smooth. It can be unsteady at times.
Be like water, my friend.
You must be water.
While he's drinking Hennessy.
Yeah, right. Just getting wasted.
When people brought that shit up, and then you go back and go watch the originals, and you see that it's actually inside of the fucking movie, the Hennessy bottle.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you know, sometimes they just add shit in there and say, no, that he was really sipping Henny.
Who?
Bruce Lee?
Yeah. Well, he was eating hash root too.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was the 60s.
High
He lived life.
Well, he was all natural. You know, he wanted to keep everything natural. But what killed him was a fucking Valium, because he had a headache, and his wife said, you know, I got a Valium if you want a Valium to take your
Yeah,
headache
and he had
away.
like an aneurysm or something,
Yeah,
right?
popped an aneurysm in his head.
There's a whole conspiracy with that family, too. The whole thing.
Yeah, because
Son.
Brandon was shot. Yeah, but he still got his daughter, right?
Yep. He lost. I think Bruce Lee lost his brother, and then
In
he
China,
died,
yeah.
and then Brandon Lee died, and then like some other.
Well,
person.
wasn't his brother like some hardcore fucking gangster in China?
Some shit like that? Or there was I forget what it was. There was like a kid that died at birth, and then like there was somebody else that like got murdered or some shit like that.
Yeah,
I could be totally fucking that up, but it's something along those
yeah.
lines. But there's a story for everything.
But he ended up having to fight his way through school because he was a smaller kid. And all the
those
kids were
videos
beating
are
him.
cool.
Yeah,
On the rooftops when
Yeah.
he's fighting, that's like the real stuff.
yeah. Because he whoops some ass, man. I mean, he takes his licks, but he whoops some ass. Because that's what he was being taught by that little old dude,
Yeah.
the Wing Chun.
Ip Man.
Yeah, Ip Man. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Those movies are cool, but it's just like how much of this is real.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this is not
like
real.
there's like little known about the real guy, but
Right.
he was a fucking master. He was supposed to be a badass.
You know. But I follow some of that shit because I did freaking jujitsu for a few years.
Yeah.
But I want to try to get into Wing Chun, and I watch these Wing Chun guys. And I'm just like, shit, hell yeah, man, because you can get hit 50 fucking times
Oh yeah.
and not even realize.
I always like watching the videos of like I just watched this karate guy up against just this street brawler.
Yeah.
And they put him in the thing, and Street Brawler beats the shit out of him. Like, just like, it's always funny to watch. Like, oh, like this guy. The only one that like really holds, or there's a few, but like,
Jiu-jitsu holds true.
jiu-jitsu and boxing are really like and wrestling.
Yeah.
But like everything else is very traditional, very
Yes.
patterned. So if you don't have that, like, if you're just waiting, you know what I mean, doing
Right.
this, and you don't have the aggression of this other dude, just
Now, Rogan's he grew up fighting. He kind of knows
taekwondo.
right. And he's in black belt in jiu-jitsu and all that kind of shit. And he like critiques other arts and shit. And I don't want to take what he says to heart, but it is a unique spin on what each art is because he's around it all the time.
Absolutely.
And he critiques Seagal on Aikido. He says that some of it can work, but some of it's pure timing, and if you miss that timing, you're fucked.
All those things, in my opinion, are for the same thing. Like, if you're doing Hapkido and I do Hapkido, now we can do the moves.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But if you're a boxer and I do Hapkido, I'm going to break your jaw. Or the boxer's going to break. You know what I mean? Because, like, you're going to try to get my arm and throw me, and I'm just going to...
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, like, it may go the other way. But that's where MMA, like in the beginning parts of it, was fucking amazing because that's what they were doing.
Right.
Take these two and see what happens from it.
That's why I like the beginning stages of the UFC.
Yeah.
When Hoist Gracie had to work his way up through that belt.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Nobody ever saw anything like that.
Not at all.
Nope.
And to see a 165-pound dude
Yeah.
take down freaking that Russian. Oh,
yeah.
my God. I can't even Cheknikov or whatever the fuck his
whatever
name was.
his name is.
But he took him down. And he was like a huge beast of a man.
Oh yeah, well, and then seeing it on the other side, like he was so disciplined in Brazilian jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
that, like, you see on the other side a guy like Tank Abbott who literally was just barroom, like with just a big fat dude that had power, but he would hold his own, like just.
And Chuck
Liddell.
Yeah, he's a brawler.
Well, he's a brawler, but he was also state qualified wrestler, and he
was a grappler.
taekwondo and shit like that.
See, I didn't see the taekwondo.
Oh yeah,
he
was in the pit. Like he had lightning in his hand, so it never got anywhere.
But he had
know
the
what I
heavy
mean?
hands.
So like he just cracked somebody, and he didn't really have to do high kicks, but he had.
I never really seen him kick outside of like forward kicks and
you
knees.
gotta rewatch some stuff. I was obsessed with Chuck Liddell for a while.
Because I've watched. Well, I think that was my problem, is that I got into his later years.
Okay.
So that way he was a little more overweight,
Yeah.
and he was throwing haymakers, And I was like, this guy's a fucking brawl room.
Oh, yeah.
He just like throw him in a bar, he's clearing the fucking room, dude. But he'll take the legs. It's just like shit that you don't need to take.
It's always cool to watch like a guy like that who, like I said, lightning in his hand, just knock somebody out real quick. But like you get a strong wrestler against them and go to shoot at him, and you never see him wrestle, but when you see him sprawl, you're like, oh shit, where did that come from? You know what I mean? Like he can kind of hold his own against these people. Like Matt Hughes was another one that was amazing when I used to watch him just slam.
Well, he
people.
was Jeet Kune Do though, right?
He was pure wrestling.
Who was that Jeet Kune Do guy? He was actually the champ for a little while.
Jeet Kune Do.
It was like Matt Knowles or something. The fuck was his name? Because I studied that art.
Bruce Lee.
Yeah, I mean, I was obsessed with Bruce Lee when I was growing up as a kid. So I was just like, because there was a place in Bloomingdale's, teaching Jeet Kune Do, and I was like, oh, I'm fucking down for that shit.
I was just telling him when I was younger, I would wear the white shirt, black jogging pants. You know what I mean? Like trying to recreate stuff. I was obsessed with
I got
martial arts. There you go.
You know what I mean?
I was obsessed with all that stuff when I was younger.
Yeah.
Combat sports in general. I'm not, to this day, I don't give a shit about sports at all, except boxing, jiu-jitsu, MMA. It's just
I've fallen off the UFC because I like that old tournament style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Watching Hoist Gracie just dismantle big dudes and shit. I was a little dude growing up, man. I was a little kid, and it was like, man, this little guy's fucking man. I can do this shit.
Yeah, boost your confidence.
Right,
makes you think you can do it. Yeah.
Right,
absolutely.
And to see that tournament style and that elimination style, and just see the trickling off of the different athletes and the different styles that people use against what and seeing what works and what doesn't.
I love it now because everybody's an animal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's like, who were the Sammy Sosa and what's his name when they're hitting the ball? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
When they were doing that, you're like, oh shit, now that's kind of MMA. Everybody's like hitting hard, and everybody knows how to wrestle. Everybody, like, when I was growing up, it literally, like, you would have to go to boxing, go to jiu-jitsu, different classes.
Well, that's what they're
now
doing.
It's like MMA classes where you learn everything.
Yeah.
So like it's like
the MMA classes are more of like self-defense,
and they're starting at like 8 years old.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like a dude older and a little bit older that all he did was box. Now he's got to learn wrestling. Now it's like incorporate everything. Yeah. And you got these dudes. That's why I always tell people, like, don't get into a bar fight, man, because majority of people know something.
Yeah.
A lot of people know stuff like some sort of defense.
Well, some people. Well, that's where I feel like it's a little misconstrued, though.
Yeah.
I don't think there's as many people as you think there are. Because a lot of the times you're going to get those freaking workout fiends that think that they're just so tough. And you'll know who can and can't fight.
Yeah.
Because when they fucking walk up to you all fucking big, bad, and tough, they're probably not one to fucking know that they're gonna fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you get the guy like, whoa, man, like the first thing that they teach you is power prayer.
Yeah.
Hey, man, whoa, I don't need to freaking deal with this. They swing on you, it's just
Yeah, you always want to.
you're blocking, and then you get an offensive move right
yeah.
away. You're creating defense to offense, and that's where you know when somebody knows when they're already trying to freaking talk your way out of it, and their hands are here. All right, let's see what this guy's gonna do to this guy. You know, that's basically what you got to.
It's like, yeah, the first thing is like de-escalation.
Yeah,
like hey,
when somebody does the, come on, man, hit me first. All right.
I used to do it. I'm not gonna lie.
You know,
wasted, be like, "Come on, bro."
See, but I wouldn't hit you. I'll give you an elbow.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was younger and didn't know shit, but
yeah.
Realign your fucking jaw.
This hurts a lot.
Well, you know what? This is kind of again full circle. It's this oh shit, what is it called? The reinforcement of something that it's the putting a filter on your face.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the I do this, I watch these videos, so I obviously can do this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But having done it, you know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That's the thing. That's the difference. Is like, you know, I'm not a fighter.
Yeah.
You know, I as much as I fucking like to go to jiu-jitsu and all that kind of shit, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I found out how real it was is actually when you put someone down with like one stroke of whatever you've learned. You know what I mean? Because I got into an altercation in line for a fucking bathroom, of all things. You know what I mean?
Was it at a Sox game? I saw an altercation a few times.
No, it was...
Sounds about right.
It was at a...
Sox game at $25 tickets for 3 hot dogs.
No, it was during a concert. It was some bullshit, and... The men and the women's were in the same fucking hallway.
Toxic masculinity.
So the girls were on one side, guys were on the other. And we're just sitting there waiting. And I just struck up a fucking conversation. I'm just sitting there, you know, I said something. Hey, shh. And I just said something. Made this girl laugh and just struck up a conversation. And apparently her fucking boyfriend saw me talking to her.
Yikes.
And he got all uppity. And he gets in my face, and she was even like, "Hey, what the fuck is your problem? Like, calm down, this, that, and the other." I'm like, "Dude, just
talking to my fucking girl, huh, tough guy?"
Exactly. And I was just like, "Dude, I'm like, calm down." And now, like I said, I was like, "Dude, come on, man. Like, really? I'm just sitting here waiting for a freaking piss, and I'm just like, I'm like, calm down.
Fucking tough guy talking
and
to my lady.
And he tried to he went to either push me or grab me or whatever, but I slipped it and I grabbed his head. And laid him down right there. You know, I just laid him down. And
what the fuck did you do to me, bro?
Out. And that's where I kind of like
Call
got
the
scared.
police.
You know, I scared myself because I felt him go limp in my hand, and I was like, "Oh,
call the police!"
I was like, "Okay, I'm out." You know, and then I haven't gotten into an altercation since because I don't. Once I did that, now I'm afraid what I will do to someone else, no matter how
I just always liked the training of it. Just
that was fun.
Just like I bounced around to a bunch of just different places just to do whatever and whatever I could. You know, I am not a fighter by any means. I'm a big dude. I guess I can hold my own, but I'll never claim.
No,
fuck
not
that.
at all.
But yeah, just learning it, watching somebody. I have a thing with anything. Watching somebody that's really good at something is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
It's just like I was telling him when I used to do like the drywall shit and like watching dudes like that know how to do that shit and it's like they're doing and you're like, holy shit. Yeah. I was just enamored by like all that stuff. Bruce Lee, you know, so going to different karate, taekwondo, MMA places, just whatever. I just loved all that shit.
Yeah.
So I trained here and there, but never like hardcore consistently where, you know, I'm this lethal weapon.
No, yeah. I mean, I did the 7 years.
You have to have a mindset for that too. Like we were saying, like with the military and stuff, these dudes enjoy getting fucking hit.
Yeah.
I get hit and I'm like, I'm gonna hit you with my car now when you walk out of here. Like I now have an enemy for life.
You're that dude in white man can't jump him. I'm gonna go to my car.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go into my glove box.
Exactly.
I'll be right back.
No, I take it too personal. You know, I'm different now, but oh, dude, I remember I was younger and we were in Taekwondo, and this kid broke my finger. And, like, we were holding pads for each other, and the sensei kept saying, like, we're going light, super light. And this kid was like, wow, he was Bruce Lee. He was going hard as shit. And I had my hands down when they should have been up. But I was like 13 or something. And I had my hand, boom, he hit it, cracked my finger, and I was like, this kid's fucking dead. I'm done with this guy now. I was like, I'm going to fucking find you, Bobo. I was going nuts. But, like, yeah, I'm not. No, I'm obviously doing it now.
And it's,
but like,
it's
obviously it's hard to. And he's just like, "Oh, sorry, man," and it's like, "Oh, fuck you, bro."
See, and I don't know how much sparring there is in Taekwondo.
There's not actual like a whole lot. Like that's advanced classes, but even that's a very controlled environment. Anytime you're in a ring type thing, like no, you're going 80%. Like it's getting a little harder, but the stuff on the mat.
See, that's where it differs. That's where it differs because you're when you're rolling.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can say 50%, but when you're rolling 50% with somebody, you can be on the ground for 2 minutes. It feels like it's fucking 45 minutes, and you just ran 20 miles.
Egos are involved because you think the white belt's close to moving up, so he thinks he knows something, and like purple's like, nope, shut up.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I mean, and that's another thing too, like with the whole stigma of people smoking weed and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even Rogan will attest to it. A lot of the people that are in jiu-jitsu do it high.
Oh yeah,
because it puts you in such a sense of.
There's a competition called High Rollers.
No shit.
Swear to God.
Get the fuck out.
Schilling and the Diaz brothers, all these dudes. It's a full competition, and it's all smoked out the whole time. They're getting blazed, like, literally in their corners.
Nice.
Like, yeah, you should look it up. It's awesome. But, yeah, it's called High Rollers. And they just go in there stoned out of their mind and beat the shit out of each other. It's good stuff. Dude. And it's all jiu-jitsu.
Did you ever do anything like that, fucking getting into shit like that?
No, I was just wrestling.
Just wrestling?
Which,
well, that's enough.
Scary. Yeah, like, wrestlers are some tough.
I wrestled in our box. That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
I don't mean to break this up. Can I use the washroom real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, cool.
To do a button hook around to the right, and it's the first door on the left. But, yeah, man. I was sitting there trying to find a fucking spot near me, trying to get back into it, but
ain't no real spots out here, and they all close at 1 o'clock. Like,
but we're like at that point where like, is it gonna benefit me right now? You know, I'm like 45 fucking years old.
Maybe.
It's like,
keep your ass alive.
Yeah, but I lift and I run and I work out and do that shit, but
until you get one of these young dudes, oh, kick your old ass. I still got it. You might not want to fuck with me. I still got it. Young blood.
Young blood.
Young blood.
That's funny, dude, because there's this old dude that's from Louisiana, this little colored guy at work. Every time I see him, he's like, "What's up, young blood?" And I'm just like, "What's up, old blood? How you doing today, man?" He's like, "I'm just keeping it alive, man." I love that shit, man.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Man.
What, you all high and shit, man? What's the matter?
Tired, too, shit.
Tired. You're here early. Fucking early in the day.
I've been up since like 6 this morning. My kids be up early.
My dogs wake me up, these motherfuckers. They flap their ears in the fucking... Right at 6 o'clock in the morning, I just hear my dog wake up and... It's like mud flaps fucking just like hitting something. What the fuck?
Just get tired, shit. Basketball season almost over with these girls. Yeah. Once that's over, then I'll be able to get me some sleep, get back to my normalcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, it's I gotta get me some rest.
Dude, no, here's a fucking topic.
What's up?
What do you think about Reinsdorf fucking taxing everybody getting a new stadium?
I'm not even a fucking... He should tax the Sox fans. I ain't no fucking Sox fan.
See, and that's the thing, though, is like, this is his third fucking building, and especially he's doing it for a team that ain't shit.
I don't want to help pay for no motherfucking Chicago White Sox fan stadium. I'm not a Chicago White Sox fan.
Me neither. And I'm
I'm
in
a
Cook
fucking
County,
Cubs
motherfucker.
fan.
I don't want to pay for that shit.
You can kiss my grits, motherfucker. I'm helping you guys pay for that shit.
Just like, man, what the fuck is that? 1.2 billion when he's got fucking 80 billion in the bank. It's like, dude, you can fucking pay for that yourself.
Fund that shit yourself.
Exactly. The Cubs asked for it from the state, and they said, fuck you.
Yeah.
But yet you're going to bend over for Jerry fucking Reinsdorf? What the fuck is that? And then, guess what? He and the Wirtz family built United Center.
Mm-hmm.
And guess how much money they're getting paid for that fucking place?
A lot.
They funded that. So why doesn't he do the same fucking thing? That's how greedy fucking rich people are right now.
Oh, yeah. Fucking Jerry Reinsdorf.
Yeah, what do you think about Reinsdorf fucking... I want 1.2 billion for my new stadium when I just had one built and nobody comes to because my team
Because
sucks.
my fucking Bulls suck.
Well, Bulls suck now, but fucking Sox have always sucked except for the freaking stroke of luck in 05?
Yeah.
I have no horse in the race. I don't know shit about sports. So, yeah, there goes my man card. I don't.
See, I just listen to I listen to 670 and just freaking.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy has that all the time.
Dude, I can't stand what the fuck Jerry Reinsdorf is doing, man. He doesn't give a
fucking
shit about
idiot,
his fans,
bro.
man. And here the Bears are trying to build their own place, and they need to because
They're the only team that really needs to.
Because they're an original 6 team. George Halas made the NFL.
Yeah.
And yet our team sucks, dude.
Somehow, some way.
And everybody's like, don't take them out of the city. It's like, you guys understand that they were the Decatur Staleys, right?
Exactly. They weren't even here at first.
Yeah.
They just happened to get stuck in a major fucking deal with Soldier Field.
No, it was Wrigley.
First it was Wrigley, but then Wrigley had them for
72.
What?
They had him for like 15
years, right?
Yeah.
And then they signed
Switched
with
over at
Soldier
72.
Field with the biggest contract in the world, which is from 72 until...
Well, they keep renewing it every 10 years.
It's still the biggest contract ever.
It's fucking stupid is what they're doing. They're just pissing money away. They're not making enough money to recoup what the fuck is what. So it's just like,
That's
all they
just
really got to
stupid.
do
That's
is
what
just
we
put
do.
a fucking dome. Expand,
That's
America,
man. Yeah, like,
expand Soldiers Field, put a fucking dome on top of it, call it one.
no, because you're not going to get a fucking Super Bowl.
That's why I said expand
It's not
it.
big enough. And no, the shell is not big enough
Oh, the shell ain't? Okay.
because they're already on top of the pillars. So they have to basically cut and expand the historic
never mind.
building. You know what I mean?
Well, sorry, B. Let's move him to Arlington.
That's what I'm saying.
come on.
B don't like it because he used to go to the racetrack there.
I used to go to the racetrack. It was all right.
I mean, if not, send him out to Naperville. Naperville said they'll take him. Fuck. Hey,
Look at by the top golf.
Hey,
The
I'm
88
not gonna lie.
corridor.
I would love to fucking Naperville. That's right up the block. Right up 59.
Right
Dude,
Wait, where we
is-
going?
So is Arlington. It's half a dozen to 160.
I know.
You know what
I
mean?
know. But think about it. Arlington, I work near Arlington. I can go straight from work straight to the fucking game in Naperville. That's love for me.
Well,
Arlington to be an hour from my job. Naperville is 20 minutes, if that.
but even still,
An hour?
Yeah,
no.
I promise you. To go to a bear, like if to
In
the
Arlington
racetrack-
Heights?
to the racetrack from
No,
Naperville,
dude, it's
bro.
freaking 15 minutes away.
Come on, my guy.
Come on, man.
Bust it out.
Know where you at. Know
Google
where you
that
at.
shit.
Come on, man. I know these
From my
birds.
job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's your job at?
West
West
Chicago.
That's fucking
Still-
a half hour
Yeah,
away.
it's still like, it's not an hour.
It's not an hour. You'll get there in 25 minutes, I guarantee it.
No,
Maps is going to come up.
silence.
Maps is
Hey,
going to come
I-
up. He's like, oh shit, route's 23 minutes?
It's gonna be like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, popped up Arlington Raceway. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, it is. Arlington
was-
Racetrack.
344 miles away.
Oh, no,
yeah,
that's Texas, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Arlington Heights, bro. Arlington Heights. Just drop a pin, man. That's all you got to do. It's right at the corner of the freaking highway, you know.
I got it. Y'all right.
Yeah, so
See?
it's virtually like the same shit.
Yeah, man. Like I said, dude, half a dozen
I was like, fuck it, let's go to
I
Arlington.
don't give a fuck. Go either way.
See, but Arlington Heights suits that. It's right,
It's right
fucking
there.
man.
Right out the express.
It's
My,
right
my
next to
thing
the-
for that is
Express
the,
is gonna be fucked.
the
Train
nostalgic
tracks.
thing back in the day. The racetrack was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
but
it was-
I'm one of those dudes. I don't like
Dude,
change.
but Wrigley was cool, but they needed new bathrooms. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The trough goes so far.
We were just talking about that.
We just talked about it. I think so. I think Soldier Field still has them.
Wrigley does.
Wrigley does.
Yeah. So I don't know if Soldier does, but do you really want
Nah,
to fucking
when I went
to
in,
smell like piss?
Man,
You know what I'm
it's nasty work. You got the fucking old guy who's just out there with his fucking tallywhacker just swinging.
Just
Doesn't
hang.
give a fuck.
Don't care. And then
He's
you
just
get
living
and then you
life.
get the fat guy who just drops his whole pants. He don't
Yeah.
give a fuck
Oh
about
yeah. And
life,
you got
bro.
Rhino's ass.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Just drops his whole fucking. Just drops them all. Like he can't just zip and just no. He got to show
Dude, you know,
them.
it's
Down
funny.
to the ankles.
You know, it's funny at the job site. We got the freaking, the porta johns and shit, man. You see guys like doing the George Costanza. You know, they take off their jackets, take off their shit, take off everything down to like the t-shirt, and then they go in there to take a shit. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, man.
That's a lot of work.
See, and I love hearing the comedians that come out and they bitch about using the porta johns for like a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, we took our kids to the fair, and all of a sudden, we're gonna make a joke about the porta john. They gotta. How about living that fucking nightmare, motherfucker? Come to work and actually have the shits and have the fucking privilege of dealing with that fucking mess.
That
in there.
happens every Sunday
When you
we
have
play
paper
football.
that fucking once that paper gets wet, it like disintegrates in your fucking hand, and you're like, oh man,
Now you got shit on your hand.
Yeah, exactly. And so you're just like, fuck this shit, I'm going home,
It's fucking
You know?
blue dye every fucking where.
dude.
That's why construction guys are just pissed all the time. They're like, I gotta do this bullshit and I have shit on my hands.
The funniest thing, a guy at work, he's got this little sticker maker, and he fucking made this sticker. He's like an OSHA law, section 601-111.11, whatever to say. He's like, any turd longer than 6 inches must be hand lowered down to avoid splashback, chemical splashback. It was fucking hilarious.
That's
man.
awesome.
Oh god. But yeah, dude, they don't have to deal with that shit. The fucking Smurf butt when you get that shit freaking splashing back up there, and and it just so happens that it catches it right in your pucker, So it's just like, what the
Thank
fuck,
you, middle
man?
school.
You know? And then they give you freaking toilet paper that you're sitting there. You feel like one of those 72-year-old ladies at the deli, just like pulling tabs. Nope. Because it either breaks too much or it just rolls or unravel.
see,
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. I will hold shit all the way. If I will piss in a porta potty, I will not shit in a porta potty.
At least they've made them bigger.
Yeah, they have.
Back in the day, I'm like,
Don't get me wrong.
It's-
I've been in some that were super fucking clean, bro. I was like, holy shit.
See, but even still, you're sitting there and you can't even get comfortable to lean forward because then you're just too close to the fucking piss sink that's right next to you. So you just sitting there and you like.
or have you ever been in one where it's like super like not stable?
Oh,
Oh shit!
You're sitting there
Are we
rocking.
on a hill? Like, what's happening?
Next thing you know, you get to tumbling down. And
Yeah,
shit.
We went to
Or you get the one where people hover and they miss and they hit the back.
Oh,
Oh,
come on. All right. So, on next note, bro, because this shit is getting fucking weird, bro.
Before we switch topics, I will say we were at a Sublime concert and they have these trailers. Have you seen these trailers?
Which kind?
It's
The
like a
shower
full-
trailers?
No, it's like a full trailer and it's a porta potty. They have separate
Oh yeah.
like things inside, but it's like
Yeah, yeah.
heated and
Yeah,
like real
yeah.
nice. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
They're like
dude
Connex
yeah,
boxes.
there's like a dude in there handing out like chocolates and shit. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Did you wash your
This
hands?
is amazing.
Did you wash your hands for
You
your
got a bow
animated
tie on
chocolate?
and shit. You're like, this is crazy.
Yeah, you walk outside. It's a Connex box. You're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, this is a classy joint.
Yeah, yeah, not bad, guys. That's
You said
sublime.
Connex pop?
Yeah, dude. Hey, that's what the Army does. The Army will wheel out. That's what your showers and your porta toilets and everything is. You just basically hook up the fucking dispense hose, and then it all just gets jettisoned out to a fucking a bio bag that fills up, and then they come in, they suck the shit out, and then
they clean it out and they're drinking it the next day.
That's
No.
right. Yeah. It's called water purification.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The shit they won't think of because they just come in, they just drop it right off.
I
the
don't
truck.
need water.
Yeah, they just come in, they drop it right off the truck. There you go. You got 12 showers, you got 12 shitters, and it's all in fucking a Connex box.
Real quick about water purification. Did you see the thing about do you know the thing about the gay frogs?
Oh,
You heard
God.
about this?
Alex
water.
Jones and the fucking gay frogs.
But
things.
did you hear that in some cities, the estrogen in the water is like
Way up. Yeah,
way up?
yeah
And they're
because
saying it's from women taking
they're pills.
the pills,
Flushing it.
and then not the purification system's not right, or it doesn't do the correct or whatever.
Yeah,
the fuck
because
it is.
the medicines actually break down enough to
different,
where
yeah.
it'll seep through the filters,
Yes.
and it's still in there. So we're basically drinking like Midol.
Yeah,
Bitch.
So don't worry, I'm not cramping
that
today.
explains why you
No wonder
switch your
my
hips
nipples
when
been
you walk.
itching like crazy.
That explains why you switch your hips when you walk.
Yeah,
No,
he's
I'm
out there
just
swishing.
I'm just physically thick.
That's just my fat ass.
I get that from my mama.
Awesome. No, but I read that. I was like,
Oh, you got a fat ass.
I was like, that's fucking interesting. Like that,
Huh?
you know, that could be an issue of why there's so many confused people about things. Because throughout time,
The
estrogen
estrogen
is
piss,
getting
pissy
higher
water.
than the testosterone.
It must be higher in Canada because of what's going on up there with Sean.
That guy is fucking nuts. Trudeau is crazy.
Crazy.
Did you hear the conspiracy about that? That might be Castro's son.
Trudeau?
Yeah.
No.
Look it up. Swear to God, there's pictures of Trudeau as a baby and Castro's holding him. Castro and his dad were besties, and the mom used to spend time in Cuba by herself with him. Check tape.
Look it up.
It's very convincing.
This thing better be done. I want to do this. God damn it. Here.
Pass it to me. Pass it to me.
Can you see me?
Pass it to me, 'cause I wanna smoke it. Ooh, 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 say ooh. Got to make our own commercials and shit in this
That thing is
motherfucker.
update and restart.
Are you tired of shitting in porta potties?
Yeah, now
Porta potty.
you're gonna get a porta potty sent to your house. Like, what the fuck?
Hey man, give me a credit on something, man. I'll give you. You want to be a sponsor? Hey
Yeah.
man, I'll be a sponsor
If
for
you're
Honey
on a
Pot.
construction site, do you need a porta potty? Like, what the fuck? Yes, I
Do
do.
you want to shit in something sweet? Shit in a honey pot.
Honey pot you can do inside your car in the back seat. Just throw your feet on the back seat and put your ass where your feet should be.
No. Honey pot, where you actually get 2-ply. You know? Oh man. Yeah, that's what I hate about it too, man. With those fucking things, dude. Is the toilet paper that they give you, you hold it up to light, you're looking through it,
Paper thin. Paper thin.
and you get that little surprise.
That's the paper you're supposed to stick your finger through it and then wipe your ass with your finger and then wipe it off.
Yeah.
Like the dude.
That's wild. That dude was dead serious too.
And that's when, if ladies,
Hey,
and-
ladies.
we do have some that listen. I see it in the stats. If your man comes home from his construction job and he's missing a sock, just know it was a bad day.
He wiped his ass.
Hey man, you gotta.
He wasn't cheating. He just
Shit.
wiped his ass.
Shit happens,
Yeah.
quite literally.
Literally.
All of a sudden, you find yourself knee deep in your fucking, half your shit, and all of a sudden you didn't do the check into the fucking spindle, and there's nothing there.
It's a rough day.
Oh, it's either that or monkey butt. So I'd rather lose a sock.
Baby, I had mud butt today. You had what? Mud butt, when it started running down the crack of your ass.
Give me the gold bond.
This is taking a drastic turn.
Hey, this is how all our fucking shows go.
This is where you lead into a promo for Gold Bond.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Hey, we setting ourselves up for money soon, man. It's been long. It's been long, man. It's been long. We've been doing shows, making people laugh and turning people's ass cheek.
Shouts out to Arizona Tea.
Shout out to fucking Arizona Tea.
Whatever you're drinking.
Hey,
just throw it out.
listen. Hey, I spent a lot of fucking money in Thornton's for y'all fucking drinks. Just letting you know, me and Brandon and I, we fucking just drink these fucking Arizona RX Energies. If you just happen to want to drop a case off at both of our house, it's okay. We'll drink them and we'll keep promoting them.
And don't worry, we are
Arizona Tea.
setting the bar at Dave's on Facebook.
The RX kind. Just to let you know.
No, but yeah, dude,
got a little cold going on. Sorry, guys.
But no, I actually tried. Because my school project, when we had to do the radio commercial, was Don Julio.
I remember that one, bro. Honestly, that one
wasn't solid.
Bro, that was a solid fucking one, bro.
That was a solid commercial.
That was
a
solid.
sweet commercial for Don Julio.
Really?
I was the Mexican voice. I was like, hello, I'm Don Julio.
Yeah. That was solid.
And I had a girl from my class, Jocelyn, who I'm trying to get on the show. I'm trying to set up a date for her to come on. I want you to be here for that.
Avion, your ass is phony. If you ever watch this or listen to this, I just want you to know you funny acting with your phony ass.
What do you mean?
Avion.
Oh, Aviance?
Yeah.
About what?
She was supposed to come back on the show. She never brought her ass back.
Right. Oh, you're calling out Avi right now.
Yeah, her and her sister with that big head ass.
But Jocelyn, man, she was the voice on there. She's got a great voice, great radio voice, man. And all she had to say was like, "Ooh, can I get some of what you're having?" And it sounded so good in this video. And I had like this ice breaking thing. I had like ice dropping into a glass sound effect and everything. It was all perfect, dude. And it was just like I had some cheesy pickup lines, like because it was supposed to be how smooth the tequila was, you know, and how smooth it makes people on pickup lines. And I was the dork that came up and just like, and I came up with some stupid fucking pickup line. It was stupid.
I definitely remember.
Killed the music, killed everything. Crickets. And then, ooh, you could be much smoother than that by drinking with Don Julio. And then that's when fucking she comes in. She's like, "Ooh, can I have some of what you're having?" He's like, "But of course, my dear." Dude, it was fucking awesome. It was. I mean, even Ben was just like, he was like, "This
Hey,
is."
you still have it. You gotta throw it in the mix somewhere.
I do, and I'm trying. I'm still.
Got him.
I'm figuring out OBS. This fucking program is
weird,
finicky, bro. It's really
it's
finicky.
So fucking weird.
Because I can go online and people will sit there and say like, "Oh, just do this, this, and this, and it'll work." And I'm like, "No, it's not working, bro." Because I have an intro made up. It's a video intro. It's got the background, my intro music that I have. For when we actually plan to do a live show, I want to have an intro to throw in there, so that way it doesn't look generic.
So do you edit and everything from there?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because I do it all with Adobe, but I don't edit anything that we say throughout the show. I try to keep it as raw as possible. But fucking, I want to be able to do a live show and do it from here. But this thing, you got to have certain formats for it to actually fucking read it. And you got to put it in the right spot for it to fucking recognize it and all this kind of shit. And I'm still learning it. You know what I mean? I don't even, because the last place that I worked, I actually worked, I don't want to say the name, but I worked for another lady, and it was an internet TV show. And a buddy of ours from school ran OBS. And this kid was millisecond fucking computer IT genius where I'm an IT fucking idiot savant. You know what I
Bro,
mean?
to him, we're all fucking idiots in everything in life.
Because he,
Bro, I can barely work my phone.
yeah,
So
because he's the type that he watched like 3 videos on this fucking thing and figured out the fucking program.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Where
I'm
the
like,
fuck are you, bro?
he dropped off the face of the planet.
Bro, off the face of the planet, bro. And it's crazy because I had his Instagram and he's not even on Instagram anymore. I can't even find his Instagram.
I hope he's all right. Because he was
Me
a
too.
manic depressant.
Me too.
He was a manic depressant.
I hope he's definitely okay because
Pete, you got brothers in this, man. Give us
hey,
a call,
Pete, man. Hey, motherfuckers been looking for you, bro. I'm ready to do the
Because,
fucking zombie movie.
Because the 3D worlds and shit, like you see in Avatar and shit, he
Yeah.
builds those.
wow.
And he did that for Epic Verse.
Watch, he's like a multimillionaire making.
Dude,
like,
what the,
you
I'd be
know
like,
I
what
mean?
the
Like,
fuck, man? But yeah, because we were supposed to do a project together. We had this whole thing set up. I mean, he was supposed to be in it too, and he had a script laid out. He had just a scene that he wanted to put together for basically a trailer for a movie.
Yeah.
And he had it all together, and we were like, "Fucking, let's do it, dude. Keep it on the cheap. Let's try what we can do." And he was all about green screen. And the problem with green screen is that you need to have somebody that knows how to work green screen. Yeah, and where to position cameras, what to freaking put the sensors on, this, that, and the other, and you know how to move the world. Because basically, what he's said is they hook up the computer to the cameras.
Yeah.
And even though that we could be in the green room, what he's seeing is the world that we're in.
Mm.
So even if this was a green room, we would be sitting with the bar and everything else in CGI.
Put all the bulbs and shit on your arm.
And not even that. I mean, nowadays you can just sit in there with this, and he can just put you in there. You know what I mean?
That's wild.
And that's what he was explaining to me before. You know, it was the last time I talked to him. But because he was trying to get his project done, but because he's blowing people away with what he's doing with Epic Verse and everything like that, they're just like, "Oh, well, we got projects for you, and this, that, and the other. We'll get to yours, but do ours first." And that's what it was. He was sitting there like
doing favors for favors.
Yeah, and that was the thing, is that he wasn't getting the favors in return, so he was getting fucking, just burnt
That's
out.
the zombie thing.
Yeah,
that he was talking about.
yeah. 'Cause dude, that kid, fucking badass, man. Love you, Pete.
Yeah, I gotta start figuring out something. Me and my buddies, we were talking about doing a podcast. Just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
Talking about just whatever bullshit topics.
That's what we do here, man.
It's awesome. Like it's fun to just talk.
Yeah, man, and not have any fucking scruples on anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just you see the world for what it is. If you disagree, or if you just explain your side, whatever, man. Just it's no fucking whatever.
See, and that's the whole thing. Everybody should be able to talk, and even if you disagree, I like to hear that other opinion. Change my mind. You know what I mean? Like,
but if she's a straight up Karen,
yeah, fuck that. Well, you gotta have some tact to it. You know what I mean? You gotta be smooth.
Diplomacy.
Yeah,
and that's where my hang up is with this whole Trump thing. Because when he was in office, okay, fine. Some of the stuff that he did, I do agree with. Some of the stuff he did, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
The whole environmental protection thing, and he just lifted the ban for every. Come on, man.
Yeah.
I'm a naturalist. Preserve this world. I want to go hunt for clean meat, not something that's fucking deteriorated by oil and shit. That's the only thing that I really had an issue with. And getting out of NAFTA was the greatest fucking thing that we could have ever done. Thank you, Clintons. And but he was a dick.
Yeah.
Just a straight up fucking penis, dude.
Well, like I tell him, like,
'cause
I'm same thing. I like some of his shit he did. I would not want him to be my boss.
No, not at all.
I would get into
altercations every
day.
Every day.
He's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a megalomaniac.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because the moment that I saw him when he went to what was it? He went to Germany or something like that, or Switzerland for the fucking Geneva Convention or whatever. And everybody was lined up for a picture, and then here comes Trump from behind and shoving people out of the way and just stands up there like, get out of the fucking way, I'm the man.
Or the same thing when he shakes hands.
Yeah, come here,
Pulls
motherfucker.
like,
you know, it's like,
it's a business move. It's,
Yeah.
you know, how he's been conditioned his whole life of being...
to dominate everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, dude, and when you see it, you're like, come on, dick.
Yeah.
You know?
My big thing that always bothered me was, like, if you're in that position of power, right, you should not be on any social media.
No.
And that goes with Obama talking about, you know, like, Lil Wayne and this and that. Like, bro, stop. It doesn't even matter if it has nothing to do with anything. Like, you should be talking about big issues, not fucking making fun of Rosie O'Donnell or fucking, you know what I mean? Or, like, saying I'm going to the Lakers game. Like, I don't give a fuck,
who
dude.
cares?
You can do that shit on your own time and not publicize everything you're doing or become friends with every celebrity or
And that's the thing
shit on everybody.
But that's
like,
what I feel like people forget, too, is, like, they just, like, they're not living their life for them anymore.
Yeah.
It's like they have to live their life to get the likes.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the society we're in. It's just likes.
We
all
need to get
around.
validation for everything.
And you're not doing anything.
I know, and that's
Like,
the thing.
that's
You can eat a meal and like,
Yeah.
oh, nobody's liking that. I eat this today. It's like, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. And, like, that's where, like, mass suicides are, like, jumping up.
Yeah.
Because literally young kids are like, oh, my God, some dickheaded, you know, boo-foo said that I look ugly.
Yep.
And it's like, the fuck do you care about that person?
Well, see, the thing is, I'm sorry. I've seen some of these videos, and they let there's this cheerleading team. I don't know what fucking school it is.
Mm-hmm.
They got a fat girl on there. And they're just like, oh, good for her, way to go, this, that, and the other. And she's fucking fat.
Yeah.
And she's got just like this little half top on and her just jiggling her shit. I'm like, nobody wants to fucking see that.
Well, that, and has anybody, it's the whole thing about, like, going back to the fat, you know, like, people, the be proud, you know, big and beautiful, this and that, and, like, but are you telling people the actual outcome of what's going to happen with their weight?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, Lizzo's a big one that, like,
She's
telling
a
all these young
fat
girls
bitch.
that, you know, yes, be proud of who you are and be confident and stuff.
Exactly.
But if you gave her a genie right now and said, this genie will grant you a wish of being thin.
Her first wish is probably make me skinny.
Boom. Absolutely.
Yeah, make me beautiful.
There's no fucking way she's going to sit there and be like, no, I still want to be this person. I guarantee she wants to lose weight.
Here's the thing is that if she, like, here she rubs this lamp and she says, I wish I could be beautiful. Not even saying skinny or anything like that. Just beautiful. Boof. What do you think she's going to look like?
Thin. Flat stomach, fat ass.
She will look like, back in the day, fucking models.
Yep.
The fucking Victoria's Secret models. Like Cindy Crawford.
Yeah.
She's a very beautiful woman. Halle Berry.
And there's nothing wrong with, like, thicker women. Like,
No,
in general.
I mean,
like,
she's an example of it right here. She was a
Marilyn Monroe.
size fucking 12 or 13 or whatever the fuck. She was not a small girl.
But, you know, like, I'm big into, like, stoicism and all the stoic quotes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Marcus Aurelius says a thing that, something along the lines of, it's a shame for a man to never see his peak physical form. Because, you know, it is.
Yeah.
Because they go through life being fat and gluttonous and stuff. You don't even know what you could do if you were at the top of your game.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because-
like, the things that...
Because those were the people that thought that people had limitless abilities.
Yeah. And, like, it's more mindset, like, changing how you think about things, changing, you know, and
Right.
and we're in this thing of feeding people, like, big is beautiful, but okay, but it also comes along with heart disease and this and that, and, like, you're not going to make it to fucking 50
Right.
if you're doing this
And
shit.
then,
like,
heaven forbid, like, people like myself and, like, Dre, we had an episode where we freaking basically fat shame fucking people. And just, like, now we're toxic masculinity is seeping out because we're in shape men who are fat shaming people. And it's like, no, it's a completely curable thing.
absolutely.
Eat a fucking apple, go for a fucking walk, and guess what? Things are going to happen for you.
Get in the sun. Let the sun do its job.
But again, It's the society. Why do that when you can sit in your house in the, air
In the comforts of your own couch,
order Uber Eats
Yeah.
all day long, watching Netflix, doing like, hey, and I fall victim to it. Everybody does. We're products of what's going on,
right?
But it's very noticeable that it's going on.
Exactly.
Like, there has to be a certain point where somebody takes credibility. Like,
COVID was phase one of this whole little thing.
Oh,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean? They wanted to drive everybody inside their house, keep everybody secluded, and then keep everybody opinionated toward everybody else.
Yeah. Well, the whole time, what are you doing? You're just Googling stuff, getting different algorithms going on because
Exactly.
yeah.
And then you're getting fed
And
a bunch of
it's
fucking bullshit.
reinforcing whatever you got in your head.
Right.
So again, being radicalized without
And it's-
anybody saying anything to you.
Right.
You're doing it to yourself.
And I find myself victim to it too, because I'll come down here and just turn it on, and I'll just see the headlines of fucking whatever Google spits in my face, and all of a sudden I'm just like, boom.
Yep.
I see fucking our bobblehead, talking head of a freaking president just fucking drooling something out of his mouth, and then I'm infuriated. Just like, fucking, what the fuck is this?
And
It's
then
like-
you don't even know if that's really your opinion.
Exactly.
Because how you're like, do I really think like that, or am I just pissed because that's what it's supposed to be?
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm more pissed at the fact of that's what we have for a representative.
Absolutely, but now since it knows that you're gonna get mad at that, it's gonna show you.
Oh,
that
yeah,
all
it's
the
just-
time.
it's
So
gonna
then it's
feed me that
reinforcing.
fucking
Fuck that
bull-
guy.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Even though I'm on the same page, but like,
Right.
it does. There is a very good argument now that our technology that we have in our fucking pockets on a day-to-day basis controls what we think.
See now, and then if I were to say I'm the person that's going to go move up to the great good north or whatever the hell, and just I'm going to disconnect
Off the grid.
Yeah, off the grid. People think you're crazy
Oh yeah, absolutely.
just because you don't want to deal with the bullshit.
I think it's getting better now. I think more people are getting to that point where it's like, it is fucking weird. You know what I mean? So like, you see like, or at least I've seen a lot of people like doing that type of thing, having like designated phone time and stuff, because they're starting to realize like,
Yeah.
I didn't used to think like this.
Right.
I didn't used to do these things until I had no choice but to look it up.
Right.
And
and
the
even like
reinforcement.
myself, like you find yourself getting angry about things faster than you would normally do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then once you realize that, you're like, oh, it's because I'm reading this fucking bullshit.
No.
They're dumbing this down to make me upset about what the fuck is I'm seeing and how stupid this is, and it's just like, oh my god, I'm like, man, I'm stuck in this fucking.
It's a
I'm
cycle.
stuck.
It just keeps going, and it's very individual. It's whatever you're into is what's going to be kept being fed to you.
And that's what's hard for people to even think about if their opinion even matters.
Yeah.
Is that what everybody's thinking, or is that just what they're feeding
Yeah,
me?
like the herd mentality is
Right.
Yeah. It's very strange, man. We're living in a very strange time.
Yeah.
Like throughout history, if any, like
This
you
is-
guys both seem very knowledgeable about history and shit, and I'm not acting like I know, but like this is the first time this is happening in history. How it's coming about?
A mass brainwashing.
Yes.
I mean, well, North Korea's been doing it for years, and just think about what would happen if those people actually realized what the outside world was like.
Oh yeah.
Those people would have a brain meltdown.
Well, the same thing with like China. Like China's TikTok is completely different from American TikTok.
Yep.
We're out here doing dances and doing
They're
this
doing
weird
STEM
shit,
shit.
eating a bunch of fucking food and putting that out as content. They're doing history lessons, teaching their kids about different they have programs in school. I was showing him a video of them literally kids at their desks taking apart 45s, putting them back together, doing growing stuff. We don't have that.
Military.
because
doing
that-
military things.
because that's why-
the automated
Flanking different things.
Dude, I actually posted something or reposted something from that Dirty Works guy or Dirty Jobs guy,
Yeah,
whatever the
yeah.
hell.
Mike Rowe.
Yeah. It all started when they took woodshop out of school.
schools. Yep.
And that's when things started to decline. And the knowledge of how to
Wood
basically
shop,
just maintain.
home economic, things along those
Yeah.
lines. Yeah.
It's just that basic knowledge of just how to maintain your environment that there affects your personal health and hygiene. People don't understand that your environment involves your hygiene.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, now you're relying on something else.
Right.
You're forced to go outside of what you could have maybe done at home. Now you're paying X amount of money because you were never taught anything.
Right.
And a majority of us are the product of that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, even with the kids today, I mean, you ask them to go change a tire.
Yeah.
How long are they going to stand there and just stare at that? Like, how the fuck is this? We're, you know, how many kids are actually going to know? I mean, the kids that actually are raised right with, you know, either nowadays, I hate to say it, majority of them are going to have single parents, you know, so it's either their moms that's got to show them that most of them don't know how to do it.
Or they'll just give you a phone number.
Yeah. Here's AAA. Call that.
Going on YouTube.
Yeah.
Here's a little bit of a segue. What is your thoughts on preppers?
Doomsday preppers?
Preppers in general. I mean, you could throw Doomsday in there, but a person that's just prepared for the worst. Do you think that's like...
It depends on how much overkill they're going. You know, if you're food stocking for years down the road, that's a little extreme. You know, I understand if you have, you know, canned food in your house and you have doubles and triples of things and you got to put them off to the side and you know you're going to use them within the years that it's going to be expired.
Yeah.
Sure. But if you got a bunker and you're storing shit and you're, you know, that's a little crazy. I mean, I think that's a little much.
I get it, but at the same time, nowadays, look at what happened in the beginning of COVID. I was talking to him about the toilet paper thing. People were going fucking nuts
Over toilet paper. Yeah.
beating the shit out of each other at stores. Ladies walking out with 3 carts filled with just toilet paper.
Yeah.
Now imagine if something happened that our food was gone.
Oh,
That
yeah.
shit would be dry
See,
like that.
But
So
that's-
those people that are stockpiled with that shit, they're like, fucking knew it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
but I'm not going to be that person. I'm not that dumb. I'll grow my own fucking vegetables. I'll go shoot my own deer. I'll go whatever rabbit that comes along. Guess what? I'm eating that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That's why I got the bone here.
Yeah, because me too. You know, I got 2 fucking compounds and I got a rifle.
I
and,
gotta
you know,
get this guy into it.
I'm trying to go hunting. I want to find a spot. I can't
I wanna
find it.
go hunting.
I mean, actually, next year, here, actually, the lot on the other side of the West Bartlett, hunting grounds.
Really?
Hunting grounds. There's a forest preserve back behind me. Hunting grounds. So I'm gonna get on the list. I got to get up there and put my name on the list. So I can
Oh,
go.
there's like a wait list?
Yeah.
Really?
And then I heard that they're gonna open up for rifles in Illinois, but they have to be smooth jacket rifles. So that I'm like, yes, because I just bought a freaking carbine,
Oh, yeah.
44.
Oh,
So
nice.
I'm like, I can't wait. So make that legal. I can go hunt with that thing.
Man, I wish I would have got an AR.
Eh,
No? Not into them?
no.
Any reasoning behind it?
I had to carry one around every day for 6 months, and I had to clean it every fucking day for 6 months. I'm not one of those guys, like, don't force me to clean my shit,
Yeah.
and I'm going to get sick of doing it. And that's what it was.
No.
And having to fucking carry it around every day, and then
But
when...
effective? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I can dismantle it and put it together for you in fucking 45 seconds.
no, I
if you
mean,
need
like,
to, but-
just, like, did it perform well?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, sharpshooter every fucking time, you know.
My thing is, I want this, and I'll be good. Handgun, shotgun, and I need like an AR or something. I need a rifle of.
Dude,
some
get a
sort.
carbine.
Carbine. That's what my buddy has.
Tell
He
him.
has a 9.
Because I have that fucking 44. If you throw one in the chamber, you got 12. You know, so it holds 11 in the sleeve.
Okay.
So, I mean, and
I
that
got-
thing's...
I got the handgun. I got the shotgun. No, I need.
Because that rifle is a nail driver.
The fucking shotgun I want, I can't get.
Why?
Because I got pistol grip.
Yeah.
It's a shotgun? You should still be able to get it if it has a pistol grip.
No, pistol grip's illegal here.
Still? Even with a shotgun? I thought it was just a rifle.
Nope.
Huh. But you know what? I saw a sawed-off at my fucking range.
Oh yeah, they Range USA.
We
They
all
got-
have to sign it.
That
Yeah,
thing is
tiny-
badass,
You
dude.
can have that and have that in your pants, but if it has a pistol grip on it, you're
fucked.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
It makes the rules here are just crazy. When I go online and I'm looking at the stuff on Range,
Stupid.
I always check out the bottom and it'll say, not available.
Not available in Illinois.
Illinois is fucking everywhere. I'm
Yep.
like, God, man.
Yep.
Like,
You gotta order it from Kentucky or somewhere
Yeah.
and find a fucking guy that'll sign it off for you. Like
luckily,
a vendor.
I got some hand-me-downs from my dad, so.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're all like World War II, Vietnam stuff.
Yeah.
but
My
like,
dad's
hey,
a gun pussy. He ain't gonna buy no guns.
See, my uncle, he's got like 3 or 4 of them in his safe.
yeah.
So I mean, if I really want one, I could probably call him and be like, dude, can I buy one from you?
Yeah.
Whatever. But I don't want one.
Yeah.
I've had one. I'm happy. I've had my time.
Well, like I tell my wife, like the whole point of having a gun is to never use it. You know what I mean?
Or to go
Hopefully,
hunt.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're hunting, or if you're going to the range and you enjoy that as like
Yeah.
decompressing or whatever.
Well,
like,
it's a skill you have to maintain also.
Yeah.
So you have to spend time to actually get a hold. You make sure that you still understand the repercussions of the weapon that you're holding, number one, and number two, how to handle it appropriately so you're not going to shoot everybody around you.
Yeah.
So that's why people need to understand about firearms. It's not...
especially handguns. Handguns are fucking. They.
Yeah, I mean,
You
they're
can be
only
right
good
here
up
and
close.
just miss everything. It's
Yeah,
like,
right.
what the fuck?
Yeah. But that's the thing is, like, you can miss all the fucking time, but handguns are only good up to 10 feet. And that's what people don't understand is, like, you can sit there and say, like, oh, they could be running at me, I'll shoot. No. If they're running at you and they're fucking bobbing and weaving and coming at you, there's probably a good chance that you're going to spend half your clip.
Oh, there's a shit ton of videos. Cops.
Yeah.
Try to put cuffs on somebody, dude takes off, and they're pop, pop, pop. All those things are going somewhere.
Yep.
They're not hitting the thing that you're trying to hit.
Yeah, your target's getting away still.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then that's where, just like the drive-by.
That's why I want my
shootings.
fucking. I need something. I don't even need an AR. Give me something of that statue.
Yeah.
Just something where I can have multiple.
They do have a handgun that fires 223. Believe it or not. And it's a smooth jacket round, I found out.
You just gotta see if it's available here.
Right. But I'm just like, really? But
Sorry, you can't get that.
But who
Not
would want it,
Illinois.
honestly? Because reason why I say I don't like the AR,
Mm-hmm.
the round is still small. It's a 223.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still a 22 caliber fucking round.
Right.
Granted, it's long. It's gonna go right through you.
Yeah.
That's the problem with it. Even with the M4s and shit, it's the same round, or it's a 5.56 in the M4s, but it's so small and so compressed and so fast coming out of that thing because it's 3,260 feet per second out of that fucking muzzle. That's going right through you,
You want it to bounce around a little bit.
or at least break
up. Yeah.
No, that round is going right through you, and you're just gonna be like, oh, well, that kind of hurt, but I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And that's what they found out with that weapon, and that's why I don't really care. Take it. I'll take my rifle.
See, but that makes it even worse that it was demonized.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
just
That
because
it
of the
does-
pistol grip. I'm like, you got to come up with something better than that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because you make it more, compatible to the person using the weapon. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah. Well, I just hate the argument that it holds, X amount of rounds or whatever. They're like, why would you ever need that? Well, why would you could get into a van and kill just as many people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
But
are you banning vans?
Plus, their also fight was
You can ask that question of, okay, why do we have speed limits then? Because cars go over the speed limit. So.
But their next fight was, I don't know if you heard it, was how can our police do a diligent job if our civilians are as equally armed as they are?
Because their job is not to what's his name was.
So that's but that still goes.
The civilians won't be fighting the police. Like that's a stupid fucking argument.
Exactly. But that was their argument going at it.
Oh, it's the whole thing. They want to take away ban guns and this and that. Like, the bad guy's gonna get something.
Yeah, the bad guys are always gonna fucking get it.
They're gonna be able to do something.
Go ahead,
You know
take it
what I
away
mean?
from the civilians. The bad guys are going to get it. You're still
Yeah,
going to get shut up by the bad guys.
You can put all
Nothing
the laws
really
you want.
changes.
All you're doing is fucking
Nothing
us.
changes beside the fact that you get people who can't help that actually want to help cops can't help cops when they get into a situation.
Right. Then you're forced, like people in the Kansas City situation, where you actually have to rely on people to help you jump somebody. Because, there's strength in numbers when it comes to that situation. If there's a lone gunman, if somebody jumps on him, you're going to help him. You know what I mean? Granted, you're going to have to swallow some pride and get some courage to fucking be the first one to approach that guy who has that freaking firearm. But you also have to have that hope that somebody's going to help you on the way down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So while he's distracted, somebody else can come in. So that's where strength in numbers comes in handy. But either way, you're not diffusing the problem. Because we just boiled it down, there are strength in numbers. It's just who's going to be the one that's going to be the first on the front.
And like you were saying, like to muster up that confidence or to
That
be
courage.
that should probably be instilled in you
From
little
the beginning,
on.
yes.
So you understand these weapons, you understand what can happen, and you have the
knowledge.
people's best interest in mind.
Yes.
So if you're never being taught that, all you're being taught is that these are the worst things ever, you're going to stay away from it. You're not going to engage.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
And then if you're going to demonize it and tell them, don't do this and don't do that, they're going to be more intrigued to do it.
Yeah. It seems like it should be a fairly easy thing to get into place.
Yeah.
But it's fucking ridiculous the way that they go about this. It really is. Like, in the end, like what we initiated with, like, it doesn't do anything if nobody touches it.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
you're demonizing an inanimate object.
Exactly. Instead of actually focusing on, why did this person do this? What was the mindset of this fucking creep that just fucking killed a bunch of kids?
Right.
Instead, it was like, what was the gun he was using?
He used an AR.
What was the guns that the terrorists used? Oh, it was a fucking plane.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Let's demonize planes now.
Yep. Careful, people.
Or they had a fucking bomb on their body. Like, dude. Or they
Who
had
teaches
backpacks in Boston. They had backpacks that they just put places.
Yeah.
And who teaches bombs? Because I've never learned how to make a bomb. Only bomb I know.
Well, there is a book. I don't know what
There's a book for everything.
Yeah, but you get on the list if you check that book out.
I was about to say.
It's crazy. That's another thing that'll probably happen in the near future. Burning books, public squares.
Dude, didn't that already happen somewhere? Like, wasn't there like some stupid fucking revolts? We gotta look that up.
Probably like
gotta get this
history
going.
books or something.
Yeah.
Probably during the time of ripping down statues and shit like that.
Oh, Jesus. And here we go with that. Can't fucking learn from history, people.
And you know what? If I'm sure people really did have issues with it, take it down. Don't destroy it. Put it in a museum. You know how many things are in fucking museums that...
The thing is that those statues are there as a reminder of what the past had become in those times, so we don't repeat that stuff, man. And people don't think like that anymore
because it's not being reinforced,
and it's not being taught.
Again, it goes back to that. That's just some dude standing there.
Yeah, he was the white slave owning bastard that was fighting for slavery. Okay, so he's the prime candidate of what not to become.
Yeah.
Granted, he fought for a cause that people did believe in at the time, but he lost.
Yep.
So let's not get these people to do that again.
Now, I heard a comedian. He was talking about the rebel flag. And he was saying, like, it's stupid because if you lose, you just lost. You shouldn't still be able to ride your, you know what I mean?
Right.
Be able to.
Your flag's down.
Yeah, it's just over with now.
Yeah.
That was the only time that they took, because it wasn't just a flag. It was a way of life, and not just for slavery. I know, like I was telling Andre the one day, my one friend, black dude, whatever, he was from the South. He had it. He wore a fucking shirt all the time because that was what he grew up with. And that was his. Like,
well,
where they.
The thing is that Confederate flag that's being flown is the wartime flag of the bottom. What was that? The 7 colonies or whatever the fuck to fight the North. It was a wartime flag. I mean, come on. Why are you flying a wartime flag?
It's over with.
What are you fighting?
Your team lost.
Yeah, your team lost. You're forced to fucking live amongst, so just fucking get along. Yeah. What the fuck, man? People are people. Treat them like people. They'll surprise you,
Yeah, it's fucking wild. But again, it became like almost like a pop cultural icon type thing in that part. Because like I said, certain people of all colors, that's where I'm from, the South. Like, what was that show with the car? Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah.
They weren't promoting any. They were rum runners. They were, you know what I mean? Like that was what they did down there, and that's what their thing.
That's
was.
how they made money.
And their thing just happened to be that, and it was from a bad past, but like they used that flag as like
they were smugglers.
To show like, I'm from the South. This is our shit down here.
Yeah.
I mean, flags are a weird thing to me. I just keep thinking about
rep your flag, cuz.
I just keep thinking about my daughter. My daughter got all, she's 9, and she got all, not upset with me, but like I was going on this flag rant. I was like at my house because I don't understand. If it was up to me, you could be proud of your heritage, proud of whatever, your city, your police force, the army, whatever.
Right.
And they all have their own flags.
Sure.
But it should come secondary to the American flag.
Go out.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should be American flag, and then
your
whatever
heritage.
you want to, or whatever you want to.
That's what it is. This is my country. This is my heritage.
And now we'll drive around at work, and we'll like look at houses, and it's like, we'll look at houses, and it's like the Ukrainian flag, no American flag anywhere. Palestinian flag, no American flag, and it's like, oh, but. So are you don't like this place that you're able to fly that flag? Like, I'm for doing it,
right?
But there should be the top.
But when it's a solo flag, it's like, what are you trying to say?
And that goes even with like the flags. Like they'll have an American flag, but in the middle it'll have a blue stripe and a green stripe, and I'm like,
see the blue flag thing.
Red stripe.
I have a shirt. I have a shirt
yeah.
with that flag on it. Okay, it's like one of those vertical flags, and it's got the blue stripe on it. Now, I had this conversation with a younger person when I first got the fucking thing, and they basically said, "I can't believe you're wearing that shirt."
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, "What?" And they're just like, "It's a racist shirt," and all this kind of stuff. And I just looked at it, and I just kind of like rolled my eyes. I'm like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "Here we go." So I'm like, all right, I actually looked up the meaning of this freaking flag, and it's to remind the police officers out there that there is a thin blue line that they have to live on. It's no matter who they pull over or no matter who they have to face, whether it's their family or a stranger, they have to look at them with objective eyes and apply the law equally.
Yeah.
That's what that blue line represents. And just because some freaking white cracker fucking rally down in whoever the fuck Kentucky flew it during a white rally, it's now deemed racist. And I hate these stupid racist freaking Nazi motherfuckers because they don't understand anything that they're fucking selling.
No.
They sit there and say that they want to, make the world great and fucking relieve ourselves of the Jew and the black, everything else like that. And then they say, and right at the end of all this fucking hate shit, it's, we're going to turn it back to the eyes of Jesus.
Jesus Christos.
It's like, dude, don't you understand that Jesus was a Jew and you're worshiping a Jew?
Who's probably closer to his skin color than ours.
Right.
Like, for real.
For real. I mean, and it's like, do you not understand history and what that was about? He wanted equality for all people, so that way they can be equal in the eyes of God. It's
I
like,
have
come
to
on,
argue
people.
something. Was he really a Jew? Because if we go look up where Bethlehem was at, that's Africa.
Well, Mary was a Jew. Because weren't they freaking slaves for the Pharaoh or some shit? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were enslaved. He was born in
He
poverty.
was born in
slavery.
Africa, so he's African.
I don't know.
I don't.
Hey, you're American, right?
No, I think it's more like
Now, you wasn't born white.
No, I think it's
you
more
was
like
born white,
Jordan.
but you was born
I
American.
was like, wait a minute. I'm pretty
it's
sure
more
I was
like,
born.
more like Jordan area, right? By the Red Sea, right there, or is that Cairo?
I think that's Cairo.
I thought he was like Middle Eastern.
Yeah,
I thought
that's
that.
It was more like
If
Persian.
you look up where Bethlehem is at, it's right on the side of Africa, right before the sea.
See, I thought that's why Israel is where it is, because that's where.
A man-made lake. So if we go back to where it was before the man-made lake, it will put you in Africa.
I don't know.
I would have to look into.
See, this
I
is
really
why I
don't
wish
know.
I had this going, because that way we can just.
Yeah,
fucking
I've
get
never
that.
really dug into it like that.
Yeah.
I would have to. Now you got it in my head.
Hey, my bad, bro.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Oh, I know
dude.
what we're talking
Thanks for
about.
planting
Monday
that seed.
I know it's gonna be fucking real.
I'm gonna do all this research and be like, it was actually.
It was actually Tutankhamun.
Yeah.
When this happened.
No, like that stuff always. It's strange. It's just that should be the topic of the show. Strange days.
Yeah,
But,
because-
like-
and the thing is, the whole story about Jesus. That sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah,
but the whole story about Jesus that really confuses the shit out of me, that people don't understand, is that Jesus was betrayed by his own people.
Yeah.
And it's like, and white people are treating other white people that support just equality like they did Jesus. It's like, you guys are the pharaohs now. You understand? You don't care about what, you just want to see what you see.
Yeah, they're fucking pieces of shit.
Yeah, they are. it's like fucking Blues Brothers, man. Chicago Nazis. I hate Chicago Nazis.
Yeah.
You know?
It's that whole movement of the ideology of somebody's better than others. You know what I mean? The whole thing of mine is better than yours, so either fall into place with what we tell you, or get the fuck out of the way, because we're gonna run you over. And it's like, it's such a bad, like, you can't live in a cohesive environment like that. You can't do it.
And it's when that people that want to just like, this is how it should be. It's like, no.
And now with these radical people, I don't even know what they would be called, like the extreme left or whatever. They, like, we were talking about this driving up here. The word racist now is like not being used correctly.
No.
Because now, if you wear that shirt you're wearing, you're a racist. You're no longer standing.
Or if you wear a MAGA hat.
That's actually how it got brought up.
I'm gonna make America great again.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle, when he is the blind racist. That was hilarious. That was awesome. What was his name?
Oh my God.
I can't even think about it.
Tyrone Big?
Yeah. That was awesome.
The best skit I saw was like a white guy having his black guy friend to be there just so he can say the N-word for the white guy. He's like, man, man.
Nigga.
Just like, you can't be doing that shit because you know when
Nigga.
you know, just like, oh, I love that.
They've
shit.
had
That
that in
was a
like
great
rap
skit.
songs and shit now too.
Or have you seen the SNL skit with Michael Shea and the white dude where they swap jokes?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, dude!
On Weekend Update.
Yeah,
or
dude,
whatever.
Michael Shea sets him up to be like fucking murdered after the show.
Hey.
Those are pretty funny.
Yeah, dude.
His ass sit there. I know when he says when some fucked up shit has to be said,
Because
his face turns red as fuck.
or he'll
and
stop
he's
and be
like,
like, really?
Yeah, it's like really? Or
I
you're
don't
like,
even-
why?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
don't even want to say this. Yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh fuck. Well, shit, man. Don't you have shit to do, or we're at 2.5 hour mark, man? Fuck.
Oh, wow.
Matter of fact, on it, shit, I don't because
You already
fucking
passed it now.
no, the fucking van still ain't out the shop yet. So
The Millennium Falcon is not operating.
No,
at
it's
full capacity.
it's operating. No, it's
That's what I
operating.
call it.
How are we gonna get anywhere in this piece of junk? Hey.
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, I love his van. His van's awesome.
It's
Dude,
operating.
Since I known him, he's like had like stages like downward in cars. I'm like, what happened, man? Because I first met him, he had a fat freaking red Monte Carlo that he folded. It was all tinted out.
slamming out the fucking ass.
Yeah, and I was
Come to
like,
school banging.
that's gone, you know.
That one.
Then you showed up in that Fed Impala or whatever the fuck that was.
No, that was the Buick.
The Buick. Yeah, you're right.
No, like we'll be at work,
It was a
and
steady
all of a sudden
decline.
you just hear this thing coming up. You're like, oh shit! And he pulls up, it's smoking and shit. He's like, "What's up?" Like, that's what's up.
You gotta like get it on a loudspeaker. The Sanford son fucking.
What was the song that you kept playing? I'm late.
Oh shit! Hey,
Did you tell him
Hold
about
on.
that? It's hilarious.
where my shit at? I got you.
A little bit.
So listen, right? My boss, he can't fucking stand me. I know he can't. And if you ever see this, I know you can't fucking stand me.
First of all, let me tell you, it's amazing the time this guy pulls in. We start at 6. He pulls in at 6 on the fucking dot every day. I mean, it is fucking awesome. I get to work like probably like 10, 15 minutes, before the start time. I kind of just chill out, whatever.
Yeah.
This guy, clockwork. 6 o'clock, this dude is flying up. Boom! And he pulls in, he's like, I made it. But the one day he was fucking bumping
Here it
this.
goes right here. Hold on.
This is the greatest song ever.
It really.
Who gives a fuck? It's your life, bitch. Fuck you, boss. I'm late.
I was like, this is fucking perfect. I told him, I was like, dude, just tell the boss you got time blindness, and shit happens, Like,
Yeah, right.
I identify as having time
That's cute.
Hey,
Oh my god, dude.
Mark Cray Billet, bro, you're a fucking genius for this, bro.
No, but he pulls up, and just the whole scene, the van, the time, that song. I was like, dude,
Hey, bro.
this guy
The Millennium
Yeah.
Falcon, dude. That's awesome.
just hits it to get it
AKA
to go.
AKA Big Keisha.
Big Keisha, yeah.
Oh, the Millennium
Yeah,
Falcon.
my cousin
That's
call it
suitable,
Big
man.
Keisha, so.
That's suitable. It looks like things have just been put on there to keep it together.
It's coming together.
Hey, my body work ain't that bad on that, man. I got a couple spots before 86. That ain't bad. My vehicle next year, my vehicle will be
Here's the-
40 years old.
The van's just a timeline, bro. It's
That's it, bro.
history.
It's a moving
history
time
rolling
capsule.
around.
Yeah, it's history to remind me that stupid drunk bitches will fuck your shit up.
See, but that's the type of van that's gonna roll $1 million. You're gonna have all zeros back on your fucking odometer at one point, man. If you take care of that engine,
Man.
that body will rust out before that engine will.
No, because I'm about to put this. I'm getting the body, the little spots fixed. They'll be fixed.
Oh, it's a Bondo.
No, I'm gonna get metal work done.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pure aluminum. Or are they gonna do?
it's probably gonna be sheet, but
You sure?
yeah.
Or is it gonna be what's my face?
It's gonna be a tank,
It's gonna be the A team. It's
bro.
gonna be the A team,
gonna-
man.
Get ready for the apocalypse, bro. Just
The Mad Max
steel
mobile.
slabs
Steel
on
plates
the
at the
side.
poles.
Yeah. Machine
Sharpen.
gun turret on the top.
You already know with a TV in there just from when we chilling.
Yep.
We can't get no channel.
And then all of a sudden, they're coming battle mode. Shit,
Yep.
like,
Matter of fact, you know what? Fuck it. The TV will be the screen, so we just sit there and
There
play
you
the game, play it, and treat it like it's a video game.
The Outriggers fall.
yep. That would be awesome. Have some drones on the top. Unleash the drones.
Hey, when we go into the apocalypse, bro, that's what we moving around in.
Oh,
We got to get the top windows fixed though, because those
We'll drive that shit up to my brother's cabin.
yeah, we'll hide that bitch out. Then come out and put a big ass shovel in front of that bitch.
You gotta play the A-Team theme song when you're redoing it, man.
Arm to the teeth, driving around in that thing. Big Keisha.
I'll be Hannibal in a corner. It looks good, boys.
Dre's got all his chains on.
Like, am I flying now?
Right.
Hey, yo, Hannibal, we ain't gonna be fucking around.
Ripping the sleeves off of his shirts.
I pity the fool.
Oh, fuck. Shit. Well, right on, man. I got pissed, dude.
Yeah. We're about to get the fuck on out of here now. It's been a pleasure entertaining you all as we always do. We always get to entertaining.
Well,
But eventually we have to get the fuck off of this podcast because we have families to attend to. We can't.
we have to pretend we care.
We have to pretend. Hey, whoa, hold on. You're gonna get me fucked up. You better watch your goddamn tone over there. Goddamn it, I care, baby. Listen, when you listen, I care. He don't.
Don't
care.
pay attention to this dumb white boy.
I have nothing to do with this white man that's talking.
Well, I'm glad I got to drop by. It's been fun.
Right on, man. Yeah.
Hopefully I could do it again.
Do it again.
Oh yeah,
Do it
this
again.
guy was the fucking guy who told me, "Oh, I don't think I can get on podcast. I'm not really reserved for podcasts." Well, you talked a lot, my friend,
I
today.
didn't think
It was
I
a
was
good
gonna
one.
say stuff, but
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
fuck it. Yeah,
There's
it's
plenty.
fun, man.
Yeah, we'll have you again.
Definitely a pleasure.
Next time will be fun. Hopefully we can get another one. If I can get Jim on here too. Oh shit, dude.
We gotta get some more black guys on here. God damn.
Well,
Hey,
I'm looking to you,
it's getting a
man.
little saturated here.
Hey, man. Suck it up.
Well, I'm trying to get Melvin on, man. I'm trying to get Melvin.
Come on, Melvin. Come on, brother.
But his problem is you gotta take the train in. So
Melvin, where I gotta pick you up from? I'm gonna pick you up, but you gotta take the train back.
I'll have
No,
him, dude. I'll actually have him come into the fucking
yeah.
train station
he
right
right
down the
there.
road. Yeah. He can break come in from there.
Shit,
I'll
or I
tell
can
him.
pick him up in the Roselle and shoot over.
I'll tell him. The one in Schaumburg. Yeah. All right. Well, peace out.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here, Smithers.
Fade
Smithers,
to
get us out of here.
black. Ah. We're gonna fade to black.
I've been waiting to say this all year, and I'm gonna say it.
It's that time again.
Get the stepping.
We gotta say goodnight.
Don't leave until I put you out. Get out!
You know it's getting late.
Get out!
Tomorrow is another day,
Well, if you knew it, get to going.
my friend.